All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Big shout out to Critics Blue for always coming back and watching. It means a lot. And hopefully you all enjoy the art montage, whether you're watching live or the VOD. All you got to do is join the Discord, and you can send it to either me or Poke, or just in one of the art channels, and we'll see it. We'll love it. Feel free to @ me, and we'll see you guys in just a moment. Enjoy. last time, the Motley Misfits hastily regrouped with Ian at one of the safe houses set up by Thalia, where Ian told them of his mission and how that his demon threatened to overtake him. And Arugichi had offered to transfer his soul to a new body, but told Ian that they would have to go and liberate Silver Lady first. Thalia told them that Silver Lady had been seen near the Usicha Thruway and had been systematically taking out everyone that stood in her path. The Motley Misfits took a long rest via Athena's time location, to have it only last 30 minutes, with the exception of herself, Ian, and I believe Ashley. The party made to leave, but before they did, Arya had a brief talk with Medusa, trying to make her feel better, promising presents. Over. During this time, El Phantasma and Athena inspected the minimal amounts of footage of Silver Lady in combat throughout the city. A short clip showed her hovering in the air using pieces of tech to attack, with a neutral but serious expression on her face, surrounded by a number of very high-tech looking AIs, some of which with technology none of which you have ever seen before. The Motley Misfits then all marched off, getting fairly close with portals and approaching on foot. As they caught glimpses of the city of Silver Lady and her elite task force scatter around, they decided to... The party stopped to begin the plan, sending out El Phantasma and Ashley to go and scout around. Ashley caught a glimpse of something moving in the shadows, then returning, while El Phantasma decided to stay. Ashley regrouped with the party and made plans for how they were going to fight them. However, all their plans went out the window as they were spotted. A fierce battle ensued, the larger and the stronger of the mechs managing to knock down a silver mob, injuring Ian to the point of losing control and becoming a demon. While the fight was hard fought, the Motley Misfits proved that they were all a very competent team and managed to pull off some clutch moves at just the right moments. With Jeffrey managing to sever Elias Morose's connection to Silver Lady. As she came out of her stupor, the remaining AI shut off, and she apologized for her actions profusely. They all flew back to the safe house and quickly explained to the Silver Lady what they needed of her. She got to work on Ian's new robotic body, combining all of the elite AIs in the body that looked just like Ian's normal body. After the body was completed, Arugichi started the ritual that would transfer Ian's soul, getting help from the rest of the Motley Misfits, and through an intense, nearly full hour of concentration, the soul was successfully transferred, and the old body shriveling nothing. There lay Ian lays asleep, but comfortable, and almost peaceful for once. The rest of you exhausted, Athena barely able to keep her eyes open. Because of this ritual, you will all take 1 point of exhaustion, putting in Athena at 2, and everyone
I'm at 3.
else at 1. So you're at 3.
Does this include?
I'm at 3.
Exception of Ian.
I'm at 2. I'm
He's
at 2.
out cold, and Ashley's right next to him.
If I remember correctly, you said that outside of the fight, after I got hit by that dart, I would get hit by exhaustion, and
Yes,
this
yes,
just adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Does this also include me then? 'Cause I
You
got
are
hit by
not.
it.
You are perfectly
New body,
fine.
new me.
With that being said, Silver Lady moves over to the unconscious vision of Clay and sits down in front of her. She closes her eyes, and you see the tech slowly being surgically almost removed. Approaching you all, you see Thalia, accompanied by Leo Monroe, and she says, "Unless you want to rest first, we need to talk."
I'm tired as fuck.
Ashley wipes the tears off of her face and looks up. What do we need to talk about?
We're talking again.
We need
We
to
can talk.
discuss something. Has brought up.
And that is...
We need to get to the rest of our audience.
Audience?
Audience?
You can sleep
Okay.
first and wait if you need. We'll make sure that you're not.
Can we
Please.
sleep after? I'd rather not try to sleep.
If you guys are bringing it up now, that means it's something urgent. What is it?
Gotta come with me.
And she reluctantly
Follows.
stays sitting. She like looks at Ian and then looks back and then stays sitting.
I'll get up and follow.
I'll follow as well.
I guess we're following.
I'm not following.
Okay.
It better be worth it.
Please.
So, the
Let us know what's up, Ashley will say as they're leaving.
majority of you follow. to a tent that has been set up, and you see that sitting in kind of like just a hastily set up chair, there is the president. Not too long ago, Javier Santiago, as well as what seems to be a very battered mismatch of that are bodyguarding him, and Thalia. And he just says, "Oh, it's good to finally see you all again. You all right? Or there was a
Well-
lot going on
What
with
will
your
do.
group." And he kind of shakes people's hands again as you come in.
All right is one word you could use. Another is that we got our asses kicked, and we subsequent kicked ass.
At the
Okay.
same time.
Good to hear. Are all of you? Is that all of us for now?
The other three are resting.
I see.
The kids.
Mm,
Either way, I've been brought to attention some news by Mr. Monroe here. So,
Oh boy.
you see that Thalia is kind of behind everybody, just being a little bit, while Leo's kind of moved over to the side. Near the presidents, but still being just about as equally standoffish. So, President kind of stands up, like he already stood up, sorry, from when you guys entered, and he goes in kind of leaning up against one of the table. He says, "So I've recently been told, maybe about 30 minutes or so ago, while you were in the middle of your procedure, friend, that Elias Morose is functioning off of misery. That I believe that's correct.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people
Correcto.
that have been injured because of this, and getting power off of those. Leo has put forth the idea that we're to put those people out of their midst, to speak. Elias would lose a considerable amount of power.
Oh,
However, that would wipe about 35% of the population of Unicorda.
I'm gonna stop you right there. We've already made this decision. We're not trading lives. That's not how this works.
We already had this discussion.
But how do you know that you'll be able to stop him with the way he is right now?
We don't.
We
But
don't.
killing those people means that we are stooping down to his level, and that in itself would give him power over us. Maybe not physical, but mental.
But say you go and fight him sometime soon. What then, if you die, if it doesn't work? We're running out of people. Most of the people that have been fighting all of this are downed. Only those new ones that you've brought out. There's a few of those left. And you.
Is there any way to evacuate them?
These people are the ones that have been affected because of his tech. Those are the ones that have been writhing in pain, kept barely alive. Cures have been found, yes. Slow to administer, and it takes a long time. And the more people that fight him, the more powerful he gets.
What you're suggesting is a war of starvation.
I'm suggesting we kill a few lives to make sure he can't. More humans will come around.
Not gonna happen.
It is the consequence of war.
Oh, if
This is
everybody,
not a
if everybody
war.
could just calm down, all right? I
These
wanted
aren't
to get.
soldiers, they're victims.
I very much agree with that. While I wanted to make sure that this would work, I'm not against such an idea if it is necessary. However, I do not know much of you, Leo. I've only recently met you, and I've talked with Thalia much longer, who is very much against this idea. And I know Thalia regards all of you very highly. So if you are against this, if you think that you can defeat him without such measures, then we will save them until it is absolutely necessary. But if you were to die or come back injured, I think this is something we would have to consider.
Well, in that case, it wouldn't matter anyway. But I would like to also bring up, in case that this information hasn't gone around, the afterlife right now is kind of messy. So the more lives that we send there, the more messy it gets. And I don't know if that would help him or help some other people that are coming down the pipeline.
See that he
What I'm trying to get at here
over at Thalia.
is that regardless of what happens, both because principle and because of incoming threats, we cannot sacrifice those people by ourselves.
I have a
If
question.
it ends up happening, it ends up happening.
Yes, Costiga.
Well, that was in.
Okay,
Athena
Garrett,
has a
Athena,
question.
sorry.
Yeah, Athena. What are the chances that more than half of the people that are already there are going to make it out alive?
It is been difficult now. Is Thalia, if you have better knowledge on this. The people that are all over the country of Uniforda. As far as we know, he doesn't have any influence outside of Uniforda so far, at least none that have been activated. However, these people have about 33% of the ones that have been affected by this are dying. The other 2/3 have been living or because of an antidote that has been very quickly administered. It wasn't that complicated. They already had an antidote that could work fine. It's just that it takes a while to administer into the bloodstream for their pain to fully stop. He is going off of misery, said, until they're completely pain-free. It doesn't go away from there. Their trauma of everything that has happened still lives with them, that misery. That is why if we kill them, it's regardless of who's hell.
If how much of these is the 30% is under your care?
There is a good bit here in Arbel, but they've been moved far out of the city as they can to the compound which Minerva is taking over with Lifecoil, as it's safer there. And
Yeah, I'm asking numbers. Give me a percentage of how much you have.
probably about 15%.
True.
So 15% of the 33.
35 are here in Arbel.
And 15% are safe. Where are the other 20?
Across the country, all over Uniforda.
You can affect them that far?
Apparently.
If they're not going to receive help anyways, I'd say we should probably put them out of their misery.
Denied. I will never go along with that.
This
You don't
idea
have
is
to
ridiculous.
follow.
We shouldn't be killing people that know. Some of them that might end up being dead might never know, or not for a very long time understand, why they were murdered or why their family members were killed. They just know that they collapsed, and we've been trying to send as much information as well as what antidotes to administer. Probably within the week, they will all be cured, or at least 2/3, if not more, by that time.
Can't afford to wait that long.
It's only
understand.
15%.
Phantasma, shut up. I thought that as a military personnel, you'd know that we don't sacrifice civilians for a cause that they did not promote.
I am not a military man anymore.
But
Then
you
why are
were.
still acting like one?
We're not sacrificing anyone. If we can't beat him with the powers that we have now, trying to make sure that those people are killed off first is still gonna take too much time regardless, on top of the fact that it's not ethically okay. We're just not doing this, period.
An eye for an eye and the world will go blind.
We're doing this fair and square.
Alright, here's
How
what
were you
here's
planning on killing them off anyway?
It would be administered a lethal injection that would be painless for them.
Then
would
why
die.
not just give them the antidote?
Antidote takes a while for it to effect.
How long?
What about an induced coma?
Coma? I do not know. Depends on how the coma
If
would.
you put people in
affect
medically in comas, they don't feel anything. No
their
power.
but their minds are active.
No, they're
I
not.
beg to differ.
Do you understand where a mind goes?
But the misery's gone. It goes into a dreamlike state.
Talk of comas for another day. Either way, I said what I wanted to say. Pierce.
Do his guards go with him?
That was not the president
That
talking.
was
That
Oh, that
was
was Monroe.
Monroe
Okay.
talking.
Yes, the president just.
Very obviously,
What?
Mr. Monroe talking. The president
Yeah, my
has like
brain-
a
I had a
distinct
brain
Spanish
fart there.
accent.
So
Yeah, I had a
here's
break
what
with
here's
it.
what we will do. We will do what we can to ease their pain, ease any misery that they can have. We will discuss ideas of the coma. We will see if there are other options available. We will hold off on any hasty decisions that would deal with matters of life and death here.
I have
But
a
if you-
question,
Yes.
if that's okay. Do the place that Morose is currently at right now, is there any civilians or like any innocent people there with him
We are unsure.
besides
but
any heroes?
there could be.
Okay.
If he's got the same amount of people that were in the other prison, it won't matter if we kill the entire population. If all of those people are in misery, he's got enough to
Is-
sustain him forever.
Their point.
Because I might have an idea, but
Dina gives Arya a very long look.
Either way,
Exactly what she's thinking.
either way, we will make sure that nothing is done to any of those affected by Elias Moreau's virus, per se. But you go in there and heroes start dropping along with yourselves and others, I will take those measures needed.
Well, you can count on us. We're
I
not
hope
gonna.
so. You've done nothing but good things so far.
thank you.
If there is anything you need with me, I will be in this tent. I believe Thalia and I have some things that we will want to discuss as well, if you not mind.
Sounds good.
Thalia, she's been kind of tense and angry. Like, you can see every muscle in her neck and jaw as she slowly turns towards you, Mop.
You,
You might want to run.
just
You have 5 seconds to leave.
I just wanted to. All right, bye.
Poor Mop. I'm sorry, Mop, but that's Thalia.
I just got to lighten the humor, a bit, you know, lighten the mood.
It's okay.
I'm not
it's
one
okay.
for humor.
As they exit, Jeffrey's gonna poke Phantasma's chest. We're talking later. He's gonna head back to the kids.
Athena would stay behind briefly to talk to Thalia.
Okay.
We need to rest. 6 hours. Maybe another plan can come up. You guys can come up with something in that time.
Medical tent is mostly empty at this point if you want to use that.
We will. She'll head back that way.
I'll follow Athena.
Before you guys get
Athena's
back,
like drunkenly stumbling towards this tent.
before you guys get back to there, Daniel, unconscious Ian, and Ashley. After a little bit, you suddenly notice, Daniel noticing first, suddenly there's a person right next to Daniel. sitting there, but he's standing up. Kind of notice just suddenly there, Leo.
Oh,
Kinda
that's why.
standing
I'm like,
over.
I don't feel heartbeat. No, I don't feel this person.
And he just says, kind of make both of you jump. So it worked.
Do you always have to do that?
Sleeping and robot.
Yeah. Oh,
far
I
as
think
we
it
know.
worked.
Kind of kicks the shriveled, angled corpse that used to be his body.
Ashley flinches with that. Don't do that.
Daniel left.
Just wanted to see if it was gonna wake up. Never know.
Well, try not to disturb it. It just might.
The demon doesn't have a host anymore. It shouldn't be waking up.
Unlike your type of demon, this one doesn't necessarily. If it
Didn't
took
his
over,
body dissolve?
yeah.
It's like a like you
Shriveled,
over
mangled.
barbecued Ian's body and it's
Just
laying next to
imagine
him.
lighting a human body in lighter fluid and just cooking it for about an hour.
It's a banana chip.
I've seen it.
So, he says, if he were to fully turn, the Scourger demon might have gotten out of the abyss for the first time in existence.
Well,
might have been
aren't we
bad.
happy that didn't happen?
We're close.
Thanks for reminding us. Did you need something?
Just interested. Body that soul was.
How morbid.
I'm a morbid kind of guy.
She snickers at
He gets a lot more personality.
This is young Leo. Come on. I get to be sassy to him without him legally being able to throw things in the classroom at me. This is great.
So, as you're talking, like, mid-conversation, he's just gone.
Good night.
You hear
Epic.
about 10 feet away. Right?
She'll go back to playing with
One
Ian's
thing
parents.
with
sitting next to
Daniel,
him.
even though his hearing is not super powerful, his perception is still good. That 10 feet away came in every direction around you guys, so you had no idea
Fucking
sound-wise where
terrifying.
it came from.
Dope.
Ooh.
He intimidates me, and in a good way.
That's just that in character, or no?
No.
So Daniel or Ashley, you have a few moments before your party returns. Is there anything you say to each other?
Do you think he's there? He says, looking at Ian.
I really hope so.
One thing that you'll know about Ian, see the chest slightly rising and falling with a very natural breath. You're also noticing that there's kind of this sereneness on his face. Haven't seen in a long time, Ashley or Daniel.
It looked like it at least.
There's no way of knowing if his personality came with.
All I can do is
So, last moments before they return, Silver Lady walks over to you. See that there's this kind of floating array of tech around her.
Is he okay?
He is now, thank you very much. She kind of swirls it all into a neat pile.
What did they have on him? He wasn't himself.
Very crude and hasty. Something I've expected also from Elias, despite how evil he is. He's usually very much a professional at all times. He's very crude. Seems like he is getting out of sorts. Desperate. Caught off guard from all of what you've done. I think he thought an easy fight. You have made it so that is not the case. But he is fine now. He had some things injected to his passageways as well as his bones. He will take some time to recover, but very strong. You see, as you look over to where Clay is laying on the ground, see that he shrunk down to his size.
I don't mean this in a rude way, just in the way that it would be really helpful to have him with us, and he might want a piece of this action.
I know very much he
Is
would want
he
to.
gonna be okay in time enough to join us, or do you think he needs
As much
a
as
lot
he
more
would
rest?
like to fight, he can walk. He'll be happy.
Okay.
See that she raises up one of the pieces of tech. You see this long needle that's about as long as Daniel's forearm. That was in his spine. Had to remove it.
Fuck.
There were multiple. She raises 5 others.
Ah, shit.
And these in his knees. The ones that are about longer, that are about as long as Daniel's leg. Probably going through Clay's knee, about halfway down. We're all inside. We can walk, I'll be very happy. Puts them all back down.
I'm gonna stand up and be like, do you need me to take a look at him?
You may try, but can you recover bone matter from nothing? Body is healed for the most. Missing pieces now.
Out of all the people to ask that question, your best bet's probably asking him.
I know. I know all of you very well. Was the one that was in charge of surveying you under originally good pretenses. That's why he knows so much about all of you.
Great.
Very sorry for
What does he know about us?
He knows that of probably knows more than I do because he has a very interesting way of interpreting the information. I'm surprised. He knows more details about your powers. I just acted and observed what I've seen. Powers you possess and have displayed over the course of surgeons.
Oh, he knows us in great detail.
This is why the immense swap seemingly is he is terrified of Mr. Hale.
Is
Of all the swap to graphene, as well as carbon in his invention of the living metal.
so he's been planning this from the start.
He's trying to specifically counter people that his mechs would not be able to function with.
Great. I guess the second thing would be, what's something you can let us know that might help us gain the upper hand here,
Well, one thing that
since
will-
you were his informant and all.
I do not know much about the man other than that, but everything he showed to me up until I was needed for other devices, that he was a very kind and upfront individual, right, being a bit odd. However, right now he seems to be much at his wit's end, a bit off his rocker, something off about him, something stressing him out. I'm assuming that is your success thus far.
He's scared.
However,
And she says this with a grin, or she questions it with a grin.
I don't know if he has the capability to hear in such a way. Possibly.
Noted.
However, one thing that it will be useful when we go to fight him, all the AI will not be able to function when I'm there.
That's good to know.
They will not be able to join us as allies, but I can make sure that they do not perform the current objective. End or two. So it will be...
Sure, he did pre-plan just in case his own people went against him, like you.
He tried. He was not able to get around the idea of avoiding my powers. You see, any bit of tech I can control, take apart, assemble, float, completely destroy. Instant. I cannot destroy his tech because of what he has done, nor can I make it do what I want, but I put it off. That is as far as he's gone.
Alright, last question.
As you see, people are starting to come back towards the party.
You seem to not know much about him. What do you know about Elias?
know that he is stimulated his body with the highest level of living metal. That I know that he has a presence inside of him, and he keeps immense journals. He also talks to himself a considerable amount
Noted.
in his office late at night.
You should definitely have a nice chat with Leo. He might be able to fill you in on the demonic knowledge you might need for the fight coming up ahead. The rest of us will be fine. She gives a sideways glance, but it's actually towards the Sadie side, but it doesn't make sense because it just looks like she's looking to her side. Well, she can't because Sadie's eye is just black. So she looks at the Sadie's eye, but it looks like she's just looking to her side.
You see the other side looks like surprise, like looking at me kind of thing. Sadie knows what's going on. As you all approach back, hearing the end of that conversation.
What was that all about? Ashley says, looking at Athena.
Some shit. That's what it was
They
about.
wanted to kill
Wait.
everyone who was in
I thought-
misery.
Didn't we go to the camps, Athena?
Huh?
I'm assuming you'd go back to collect your party members and not just go sleep and say bye. Fuck you.
I'm going.
Oh.
I would have liked everybody.
Go with Tasma can if he wants to.
Oh, no, like it just made it. She made it sound like she was just gonna do that. I was like, oh, okay.
Athena wants to go pass out, but she's gonna tell the party first.
Continue.
Basically, that Leo guy wanted to off all the people that are currently in pain because it would make Elias weaker, but I think we set up peace, except for Phantasma over here.
The survival
Ashley
rate for
slowly
this-
raises her eye and gives El Phantasma a questionable look, like, what?
The survival rate for this is not the best.
Yeah, things are looking pretty rough, but there is a healing process that can be done.
If they
Either
die,
way.
then they die, but if we even have the slightest chance of saving them, we might as well take it.
The thing is,
Well-
he's keeping them alive to make them suffer. But without him keeping them alive, they would die.
This is the worst thing for me to say in this situation, but he's not the only one gaining benefits from this misery. So, just because he has a singular upper hand doesn't mean other people are gaining something from this too.
I made it pretty clear that even if we did off everybody, that would still take time. And it would also make things up messy in hell, which
And it would
are
be
already a
involved.
mess.
True too.
In
Anywho,
hell?
basic things that were moved on and that we need some rest.
It is.
Yes.
The less you know about it, the better.
Yeah.
Start with Leo. Just make sure that his morbid curiosity doesn't sway you to say things that don't morally sound right.
Assuming I can find Leo.
He's probably in here listening to this conversation already.
Not sense him.
He's
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
something else.
I have very
Which is
advanced
why I think you
sensors.
need to learn
All
a
mo-
bit
all
more about
movement
him.
and heat sensors are tracked by my peripherals.
He happens to be a certain kind of demon that completely negates any of your sensors.
I don't think she knows anything about demons.
And
And that's why she said it bluntly. That's why I actually said it completely
I will
bluntly.
probably have to have many conversations. But either
Yes.
way, I thank you. I will be taking out to go rest. Thank you.
Medical
Hope
tent's
you
pretty
rest
much
well.
open. That's what I came to tell you guys. We should all move to the medical tent so we can all rest before this.
See that actually kind of forms into a platform beneath
One more thing.
Clay and floats it.
Yes.
Silver lady.
Oh, yes.
Um, there is
if you have a high
some-
insight, roll me an insight.
Hell yes!
Bob, continue.
that have
Bob,
to be?
continue.
Is it an insight?
Yes.
There is someone I still have yet to save. I plan.
Okay, mine would be a normal roll, so it's an 18, which is still the highest.
Stop interrupting. Shush. He's talking.
And if you would possibly know where your child is. That is someone else I was hoping to help for Clay.
Yes. He is currently somewhere. When things started to go south, I believe at this point it was a implanted that he fabricated. I don't know if then Dick took her, said that he would make sure things would turn out okay, and
Oh.
yeah, I do not know.
Give the picture.
I put my hand on her shoulder. If there's anything I can do, is that I can beat up Morose and unite your family again.
Appreciate it. Done well so far.
Oof.
Mm,
You can count on us.
that's a big promise, Mom.
Daniel, you should roll too.
I have a like,
I'm a
plus
big
4.
guy. Kostya, I'm a big guy. I make big promises.
Alright. And then she turns.
No.
and moves
You haven't
forward.
rolled yet though. Soon.
Yeah, because I only have a plus 4. You said if you have a high insight.
Oh, I
think
thought he just
everyone's
said.
got disadvantage right
You
now
guys
on their
can all-
rolls.
You guys can all roll on it.
Yeah, I thought he said. The rest of you guys.
Oh hell
Right?
yeah! Let me
Yeah.
roll.
Oh, well,
Except
if that's the
don't
case,
worry,
then
don't
I
worry
nat
about
1.
that's no worries.
What do you mean? Wait, hold on a second. What do you mean don't worry about
Don't
that?
worry about it. All right.
You made a mistake and now I'm curious.
I didn't make no mistakes. I wasn't
Why
looking,
is it
using
on
your
GM?
I wasn't looking at your sheet. All right.
God
23
damn
for
it.
Mop. No, 14 for Mop, 5 for Daniel, 7, 8 for Jeffrey,
Yeah, nat 1.
for Ashley, 10 for Phantasma.
20 for Ashley, and then 20 underneath that is for Jeffrey. I rolled
It's not
Jeffrey's.
it's not a 20 for Jeffrey because
Thank
all
you.
of you have
I was about to say I
disadvantage.
was doing something.
Oh,
I did not hear
okay.
anything.
Yeah, because of exhaustion.
He is. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
So the only people that are able to see anything is Athena.
Figures.
I will message
We're
card.
just used to that at this point.
One time I'm glad to have advantage on insight.
I'm sorry that I was taken away for a moment. What was the gist of the conversation that just happened?
Mop was promising to save Jago.
Okay, cool. Thanks for letting
You're
me know
welcome,
that.
fam.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I love you too.
Also, we're gonna kill Ian right now.
Yeah, we're gonna kill him.
Over my dead body.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're killing
don't-
Ashley.
no.
More
Necromancer,
special.
come at me.
Oh,
Oh no, Jeffrey.
Hey,
I'm now 1. Oh my god.
Hey,
we're
get
burning him now. Get him out.
yeah, burn
It's 'cause
him
of our
now.
exhaustion.
I just wanted to illustrate the point. Jeffrey could not hurt Ian if he wanted to.
All right, so you guys go to the tent, sleep. Do you Ian and so
Yes.
I bridal pick up Ian and we start.
Damn it! Just leave that bitch in the dirt.
Stop.
You see, despite Ian being made of metal, actually, he's surprisingly like not like 600 pounds.
No,
he's
I have a
probably-
+6 strength, so I better be able to just pick him
Yeah.
up.
If I had to guess, if I had to guess, I'd say somewhere around the 185 pounds
No,
range.
he's actually probably like 215, 230 pounds.
All right, let me just change that real quick.
So it's like he's Mop, essentially.
Yeah, he's
Someone lied to me.
pretty strong, pretty heavy. However,
Okay.
to transfer Ian, there's a bunch of empty cots. You see that there's
I'm doing the corny, put him in a cot, coot an entire other cot right next to his cot.
I am going to find a medical person.
there is no one around. Only people that are at this facility are you guys, Talia, apparently Leo somewhere, Silver Lady, Clay, the president and his bodyguard, and everybody else is.
There's no medical people.
They've all moved, as Thalia said. You didn't hear this, but everybody has recently been moved to a compound where they is in charge of taking care of everyone. With life quote.
Want to talk about it, Zoom?
I want my hearing.
You might want to talk about it then.
And you could go talk to Thalia.
Ew.
Talk to Silver Lady.
But they don't know stuff about hearing.
Talk to Enter
Do they?
Rubici. He's actually still around somewhere.
Oh, is he? Okay, I'm gonna go find him.
It takes you about a few minutes as you're like kind of get to the tent. Everybody starts laying down. You kind of cycle back. You guys see Daniel leaving. And
Pulls another cot next to mine and passes out.
so you find him. You see that he is sitting on the elbow of a knocked over statue. Not sure of what it is anymore, as the head and part of the legs are apparently nowhere to be seen. He's sitting on a very precarious, I think he's kind of floating on it, but you're not sure if he's floating, why he needs to sit on anything in the first place. He is sitting there in kind of a meditative stance, sitting cross-legged, arms resting on his knees, laid outwards, palms up at the sky, soft glow and hum off of him.
I'm gonna walk up next to him and just sit down for a second, because I have a feeling he knows I'm here.
Sit down next to him. Something trouble you.
Well, a lot of things.
Feeling your chi, it's unbalanced.
I have only one thing right now that I need a second opinion on. Seeing as you're the only person that's even close to remotely resembling a medical hero, I thought I'd come to you.
Healer of energy asks me for help. Honored.
In one of our last fights, I guess, in a way, let my guard down. And someone who I thought was an ally, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, did something to me and completely negated my ability to hear things at extreme distances. It hasn't come back yet. Yeah.
I'm assuming you tried to heal your own energy.
I have. Nothing.
Burns, kind of rotates. He doesn't move any muscle on his body to do so. He just rotates and is now facing you. Turn to me.
I do so.
Places each hand behind your earlobe. They're a little sensitive, kind of like they're swollen slightly. Kind of noticing that. Muscles have been tightened. Feel that there is no energy to change, no healing to be done. I think this would be more of an area of your expertise. You can control body, manipulate the physical muscles in your ears. They might relax like once before. I am no doctor.
Yeah, it's a little hard to know what's wrong when I can't even see my own ears, so I appreciate it.
One can usually not see their own heart, but well when it...
I'm gonna stand up and I'm going to look at him for a minute and be like, thank you for everything.
So very powerful. Leave that.
Why'd you laugh, Poke?
He's like, not.
Don't worry about it.
Leave it then. Places a hand on your chest, and there's this kind of like silver glow, silver blue glow that spreads across your body for a second. And you feel yourself just breathe in very long, deep breath there's like a weight kind of just taken off your shoulder for a second. Turns back, facing forward again. Kind of that.
And he goes back to meditating. Daniel is going to slightly smile, turn, and then walk back to the medical tent.
Okay.
He's
Most
gonna
of your
find.
party is already asleep. Just past the
Not
fuck
quite
out.
yet.
Most of them are like about to kind of thing. I'm not putting you guys to sleep today.
I'm gonna find a cot next to Ian, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm not gonna do the cheesy pull the cot right up to him, but
Actually, they're right next to him.
I'm gonna sit down,
Right
and
beside
then,
him.
and then I'm just gonna press my hands to like right under my ears and just slowly like massage the muscles with the glowy hands.
Daniel, are you okay?
Chloe.
Ashley will say, looking over at you with your glowy hands on your chin.
You see his eyes are closed and he's concentrating and he doesn't respond.
Roll me a health or medicine.
She stays with the questioning look at you. She's watching you do your thing.
The DC. See that after a moment. Feel the muscles relax. And all the sounds come rushing back in. It's really loud for a second, then you get readjust. Kind of like when you're in a dark room and someone quickly turns a light on. That kind of.
Oh.
Okay, I'm good.
With the smallest of whispers, she's like, Daniel?
Loud again.
But before you do that, as you see, like he smiles and a sigh of relief goes out of his mouth as he winces, and he's just gonna fall back into the pillow. Hey, how's it going?
You doing all right over there, bud?
Sure, yeah. Just needed some outside of medical advice from Inaruki. Got my hearing back.
You just needed to heal yourself?
No, it's a little more than that. I was more focused on my own energy rather than the physical muscles, believe it or not.
We all make mistakes. Fine. You live and you learn, and sometimes you gain back super hearing.
Don't think that's an actual saying.
It is, because I just said it.
Touche.
The rest of you, are you doing anything before falling asleep?
Is it possible to share one cot?
Unless someone's laying on top of the other. Probably not.
Unless you wanted to like lay on top of Jeffrey, I don't think there's any way that man is gonna fit into a bed with anybody.
You know, I'm light. You'll be fine.
Jeffrey lays down into a cot, and Ari just goes.
Right on top.
I think Athena would probably do the same thing with Phantasma.
No, Cortez is not laying down. He's sitting down.
Okay.
Actually, on the in-between of the cots, the hard part on the in-between that's meeting Ian's cot, she's laying on that next to Ian, chilling.
So,
It's just
Athena,
gonna
however,
wrap her arms. Huh?
you lay down, and then Sophia tries to get on top of the cot. Trying to knock over
Fine.
the cot.
Love her.
Yeah, Jeffrey's knocking the fuck out, by the way. He's dead.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're laying down, or is there?
Well, this is a medical tent, so he's cleaning the whole tent before he goes to bed.
Doesn't
Gets
take him that
people's
long.
face, Looks him up a bit.
See that somehow the ground underneath the park this is put on, the grass is like sparkling.
Man, we need a silver mop in today's day and age, you know,
Yeah, we do.
out in the real life.
You just go outside your door. You're clean.
My house would be sparkling.
Oh yeah.
So,
he just sprays you with some water, like, you're good now.
so over the course of 6 hours, you'll get a long rest. All your health comes back. All your bad actions.
I did not go to sleep yet. I
Nice.
want to do something.
Okay, sorry, my bad. You will get that long rest though. You can start doing that now.
Cool. I'd like to expend my heroic action.
Okay.
And I currently have maybe a good 45 minutes left of a blood mark on Elias Morose. And I'd like to use my heroic action to extend that for the next 10 hours.
And use your heroic action to do that. And the time of sleep, you have to kind of stagger with Sadie to make sure that it stays active. She keeps it up for a period of time, focusing on it while you're doing it for the other bit of time, able to keep it up. So, being said, you all sleep, you all lay down, but before you all wake up, Ian, that it is dark now. It's about the maybe.
And by the way, Ashley only needs to sleep like a good two hours here.
This is during the time
She's
that
very close to Ian.
Everyone is asleep at the moment.
And Sadie's awake when I'm sleeping.
Yes, Sadie is awake, but everybody else is currently asleep. Ian, it's maybe midnight, 1 in the morning. It's late at night. The moon is high. Wake up. See yourself in a tent. Move probably not far from the location you remember being at. Look over and see Clay resting in a cot his normal size with a silver lady awake, seemingly next to him, sitting there.
Ashley is cuddled next to you. Her arm was resting on your chest before you woke up.
Ashley, you know, she doesn't sleep much, but she is very much asleep. But you see a black eye staring at you. Hand on your chest, and that side of Ashley's face looks annoyed.
Ian's just gonna give Sadie a very confused look because he doesn't know what's going on yet.
You see the eyes kind of like twitches, and you feel like it's looking at your face, but it's hard to tell with no pupil. And you just hear very quietly, "Bitch. What did I do? You don't have a heart now. And liked your heart. I didn't get to eat it. Why not? Demon shriveled up, dumbass. I was sleeping. You're a dumbass. Fair.
Can I roll perception at disadvantage?
Yes, you can. Actually, how many exhaustion points do you have? One or two?
One.
I have only one.
Okay, then you can roll with disadvantage. There's two. I'm gonna say you're too fucking tired.
Should I roll perception or elven ear here?
Elven ear. It is hearing.
Yeah.
39.
He's finally happy to have this back.
As Ian is waking up, you hear light conversation. You hear Sadie, who's a little bit more ear splitting.
I'm just gonna lay there and enjoy being able to hear stuff. For just a little bit.
Okay. You're awake, your friends are asleep.
I need to go investigate what happened.
Okay.
So, ooh, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm gonna switch over to stealth mode.
You're
Stealth mode is
concentrated.
What does that mean?
You see your entire body starts to,
stealth mode.
like, you feel this
Love it.
as everything comes darker around your skin. You see it darkens to a near, like, no light is really reflecting off of it. You see the body is changed to like this black color, and you see that the world around you starts to, the darkness changes to like a night vision kind of look.
Nice.
Oh.
Anyway, as to try not to disturb anyone, I'm going to stealth out of there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go do anything crazy, but
I mean, Sadie knows you're doing it. Does Ashley get to know? Or
Ashley's asleep.
okay, that's what I'm saying. But because he's raising from the cot that's right next to hers, and she's kind of half on his, half not, because she's in the middle.
this is why I'm attempting to be stealthy.
Yes.
Yeah,
We're so tired though.
So should I roll
We are.
stealth?
that's what I'm
You
saying.
roll
Does he get to roll stealth and not any of us, but do any of us get to roll against, or
Regain.
I just want to know. I'm fine
Oh,
either way. I
plus
just want to know.
25.
So Daniel, you do hear him get out, but nobody he is and everybody else unaware of.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, what's his stealth? The 35?
35. You take the
Yes.
top.
It's yeah.
I can't.
Oh,
do the
it's
other way.
double rolling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an odd way of doing things, but
I cannot do it the other way because it's
yeah,
not a
I
skill
understand
roll.
that you can't do it the other way, but like it's kind of clever.
Yeah, it's pretty big brain.
Oh. Considering he has like 40 different abilities and I can't put them in the skill set. So
Yeah, there'd be.
it'd be too confusing. Anyway,
I'd
Yeah,
have
you
like
hear him.
50 skill.
stand up very quietly.
Dun, 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 dun.
Doing anything.
I'm gonna go investigate what. Well, I guess the first stop is where I was before I became robot. What went down there?
So you just
I already know the
you
answer.
walk out to see Anarugi Chi standing in that spot, concentrating on something. Gnarled, mangled black mass of something that starts to dawn on you what it is. Was your former body.
Gross.
See that as you approach and maybe 40 or 50 so feet, he just says, "Good morning, Ian."
Good morning.
Well rested, I hope.
Better than I've rested in a while.
As he's seemingly starting to disintegrate body, throwing the energy that's left in it. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better than I've felt in a while, and I have many people to thank for that, but most of them are sleeping. But you are not, so
There's no need to
Thank
thank
you.
me, Ian.
there's no need, he says with quotation marks, but he also says, but I want to.
Appreciate it. But I did this not for personal gain, only to see you help the world. And
And for that, I'm grateful.
continue to do. Watch over your friends. They tend to forget what matters.
Well, thanks to everyone that's helped, I've actually been able to think clearly for like once in like ever.
As he, with a flourish and a quick movement of his arms, body falls into just this small pile of ash.
Serves him right.
What will you do now?
It's a good question. I don't have an answer for you.
He awaits there. Rest. Thank you.
Good.
Afraid of what he deems his monster he created. But I do not believe in violence. Violence is the
You think we got a shot?
I think you do.
Good.
I'll be heading over there now. Resist. Find out from Silver Lady that I may be able to hit The AI's in the right spot. Completely remove the energy they. Go try it.
Don't do anything crazy until we get there.
Attempt not to do anything crazy. Yes, it would. He turns to you. Kind of makes a fist. Bows. I'll see you
Ian will
later.
bow back.
You see that his body begins to glow. He just kind of shifts, ignoring gravity for a few seconds. Continues.
That man's cool.
Here behind you. That he is. Silver lady. She kind of has a hand in kind of expecting your body more than anything, but not in a creepy way. It's more like, hey, I created this, not of a, yeah, I'm checking out that body kind of way.
Bitch, he's mine!
She kind of walks around to the side of you.
Happy with your work?
Yes, to be working, so yes. Any issues?
No, it's great.
Any
Thanks to you, of course.
modifications needed?
Not that I can think of.
I wanted to apologize. Bringing out that creature. Showing the fact. Glad you are alive now.
Honestly, after what you've just given me, you could punch me in the face 1,000,000 times.
There's one thing I want. You see as your S just opens up as she waits in front of you. It's very surreal. As it doesn't hurt, but it just like opens up just.
What did you just do?
She puts 4 canisters. This is an experimental liquid I was testing with Elias. It should heal most injuries, or at least for a good burst of it very quickly, if they inhale it. However, do not administer too much at once to a person. It does significantly lower their life. And it also tastes awful.
Ah, okay. Really didn't catch on to that one that quick.
It is very new, so we're trying to perfect. At least.
Yeah. Good to know. Good to
However,
know.
with your body keeping it familiar to something you're used to, I could not bring over any force fields from the one and from. But everything else should in combination. Force fields are very new tech. They are very unstable, and your form that you currently possess would not be big enough for it.
Yeah. No. I'm not big like Mop. He's a tall boy.
Don't tell him this, but I was a fan of. Partially while my name existed.
Mop sneezes in his sleep.
Okay, anime boy.
Wait, did you tell us what our insight was for before?
Nobody rolled high enough besides Athena.
Oh, you DM'd her.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, just be like, secret safe with me. I mean, is that...
And me.
Why is it embarrassing to like them up?
And closes your chest with the canisters inside. If there you have any problems with your body or need anything changed in the future, we have more time and I have a place to do so. I can make modifications as needed.
Yeah.
Came out very well, to be honest. Kind of looking you up and down again. Probably one of the most intriguing things I've done in such a short.
If this is quick work for you, I'd love to see what, you know, what would happen if you took your time.
A lot of the prototype planning steps were done with the ones that were used to make you. Ones that you.
Yeah, that is helpful.
Either way, everything, you understand how everything... Kind of like she's scrolling a scroll wheel. Finger just like this as your body shifts and changes.
Okay,
goes back to
okay,
normal.
yeah. I think I understand it. It's a lot to swallow, but I think I have it for the most part.
Perhaps you'd want some... Be with bias.
Yeah, that might be helpful.
Let us move away then.
Alright.
Walk off and see that you're kind of given a rundown of modes. A bunch of different tech columns that she creates, sends at you, and you're able to attack and get comfortable with your body over the course of the next couple hours.
We don't get to know. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Actually, you wake up after a couple hours and Ian's not there.
I am
And then
investigating this
And then
entire.
as you wake up, you'd be like, fine, he's talking outside.
Gets up,
As
goes
everybody else
outside.
starts to wake up maybe not too long afterward. I know Ashley doesn't sleep as much. Staggered or something, kind of just walked off to sleep. It was more towards the end of her sleep than anything. Ashley goes down first, and you see Ian.
As soon as Ian catches sight of Ashley, it doesn't matter what he's doing. A card's off the table. Dead ass sprinting.
In
In which mode?
Oh, no.
Speed
What was the
mode.
last mode he left on?
You see him, just this blur of Ian, like burst over into your direction, hug you before you even know it almost.
Are you okay? She says in the hug.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. That
I
was.
was really hoping you'd be like initializing emotion.
He'll use that for Daniel later, don't worry.
Yeah.
I already know he's fine though. I heard him.
But Ian doesn't know this.
You're asleep.
Last time Ian saw you, you didn't have proper hearing.
Oh yeah.
No, anyway.
How do you feel? I look at you.
Oh my gosh,
like
you don't
it.
even understand.
It's
See,
great. Don't listen to-
Nobody asked you. But like, how do I look though?
Great.
Okay, good. Good.
She means really good.
No, I mean.
I know how to speak Sadie.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Look, I'm Sadie and I talk like this.
Bloodshot comes at Ian.
Please.
Roll bloodshot for Ian, please.
Oh my god. he's in speed mode. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, that's
Everything's
that's
fine.
bad. That's bad.
He takes
That's
double
bad.
damage. If it
Everything's
hits.
fine. Roll a dodge.
Oh wait.
You have,
Wait,
you have
wait,
a higher
wait,
dodge
hang on.
though because
It's
of
not
this.
bad.
Speed
Roll a
boost.
fucking dodge.
So you want to use your reaction point to swap.
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna. Wait, I think I get advantage.
I think you have advantage on dodge. Yes.
Oh.
27. You still hits. You take 66 points of damage.
Can I like just suddenly out of nowhere just portal react?
You hear it, but you don't have an angle to be like, oh no.
That's barely damage.
I'm gonna come around the corner and be like, Sadie, let's not damage his new body.
I was
Damn it, you have hearing.
I was testing it.
It really didn't do much.
Now
What did it
everybody's
do
awake.
to the? What did it do to the living metal? Ashley's gonna inspect the
You see-
arm that she just bloodshot.
You see that it's like shattered and it's like trying to reconnect itself, but it can't. And you see like it's not so much ripped through, it's like moved out of the way. As
That's
Daniel comes over,
crazy.
beep, 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 beep. He's up.
You're not supposed to have hearing. You
Okay.
ruined my jokes.
Ian, and then she's gonna cup her hands on your face. Then she's gonna be like, "But how do you feel?"
I feel better than I felt in a long time.
It's really good to hear that.
His mop comes out of the tent.
Mop.
Do you know how great it feels to be able to think clearly?
No, but I'm really happy for you.
Oh my god, it's nice.
Great, El Cipote's awake.
Hi,
Athena's not. Unless I have to be.
Jeffrey's dead.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
let
God.
Jeffrey
You're like, nope, we're
I
done.
let Jeffrey
I was,
sleep.
I was waiting for
Does
you guys to
anybody
say
know
something, but it's like,
CPR?
they're sleeping.
CPR, you say?
Yeah.
Three exhaustion points, she's not
Hi,
up.
Ian.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
That's good. Thank you.
All
It's
right,
a
all
very
right.
aggressive
So
response.
you have this new body and everything. Why not show us a little bit of what you got now?
No.
Oh, come on. You of all people saying no to showing off? Who are you? Who are you and what have you done with Ian?
I told you I
Well,
don't like him.
I'm gonna
He's
walk
dead.
up to him and knock on his head with like a knuckle. Just
It doesn't echo. It doesn't feel anything. It feels like you're tapping on skin.
yeah. I don't think this is him.
I mean, can we kill
Hang
him?
on, hang on.
No,
Whoa,
Sadie.
No. Sadie, let's think about this. I know you're upset.
I would just like to say that Sadie did love you for you.
No,
And not
no,
just
no,
for your
no,
heart and-
no. I liked his heart and blood. That's it. Nothing
I
else.
She
got
really
both
did
of
love
those.
you
I'm
for
hated his
you.
personality.
very-
I hated his looks. Ugly butt face.
He's actually really hot, and
That's
you.
the nicest thing you ever said to me, Sadie.
Gross.
She doesn't actually mean it.
I think we all understand Sadie at this point.
You guys
Yeah.
are great. I love
you.
all of you.
Hate all of you. I'm going.
Well, I mean, Sadie, I mean, if you really want to, we can get a
Your
room.
arm goes limp.
Please, not again.
Daniel, we can send you somewhere else.
So
Wait, did you have? Oh
robot
no.
boy is back, huh, Ian? Thought he was
Yeah.
Walking up
And
toward you.
he's not depressed this time.
Oh, good. Oh. So in functioning order.
Seems like it.
Good. Both of them are disgusting. Kind of says more directed at Mop. Anybody else?
What?
Both who?
Leo. As well as
Oh.
the president. I thought the president might be better than most of the other Congress.
What did he say?
What did I miss?
Wants to kill all the people still that under the influence of Elias Morose's tech. 35% of the nation, Ian, would die.
It's not happening.
What the hell?
He's already stated that only if you are not able to take out Elias Burrows soon, then he won't do it. Otherwise, if you don't, he's going
So we're
to do
on a
it.
time limit.
We're on a soft time limit. I mean, you have to rush in, as we do have the area pretty much surrounded. The General, Enarugi, Kandor, Solemn, and Mooncalling have the situation pretty much well under control, but
And he's still there. She says as she pings out and assumes DM that he's still
Yes,
where he is. Okay, cool.
it's nobody's really been able to get any headway, and he's just bringing out more and more AIs, cyborgs, and abominations. The like.
Great.
And he's bringing
I have
out
an
more
idea.
and
Maybe
more
I can
people
like
with
mingle with the cyborgs, and then we can get them on our side.
Ian,
roll
Don't
dice.
think that's how it works.
That's what we call a joke in the business.
I don't do
Maybe
jokes.
it's him.
Okay, sorry. Forgot you're old.
she rolls her eyes.
Technically, we're the
Just
same
said
age.
that
She
loud
kind
enough.
of wags a finger at you like, didn't just come back to life. And smack your ass so fucking hard.
Listen, I gotta use the like life chips now, because it's not gonna be in
Haven't you
effect for
enough,
like a few more.
Ian?
Gotta use them while I got them.
Anyways, what's our first step here?
I think our first
Actually, what's our plan here?
Wait, before we do any planning, we need to wake up the other
Wake
two
up.
people.
Yes.
Let them sleep. They've
Let
I
them
walk,
sleep
I
in
walk
it.
into the tent.
Maybe
I walk in, I
Mop?
follow Mop.
Mop?
Hello!
You're awake. You're both awake.
Oh, what? Huh?
Important meeting. Let's go.
What?
It's just like
Athena like rolls off onto the floor.
Sophia
Ian's
lays on
not
top
gonna
of you and
speed
starts
in there.
licking your face.
Ian's gonna speed in there.
I don't walk in the tent. I just lift the tent up.
And
Let's go. Come on.
starts collapsing around the both of you.
Good morning.
Oh no.
Goes over to Jeffrey, starts licking his face too, then bows back to Athena. It's like instant. You're both
Actually
being licked
runs in
at super
after.
dog speed.
I'm
Breathing
just-
a little bit as Ian bolted
I'm just gonna.
into top
yeah.
speed.
Licking the metal.
Ian goes over.
Are you
to-
faster, or have you always been this fast?
Fast as fuck, boy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Athena
don't like
gets
him.
up.
Cortez would help Athena up.
So
Thank you.
Jeffrey's gonna get out of the tent. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the when the bouncy castle's deflating. That's what's happening.
Lock the oldest two in the deflating bouncy house.
Got the geriatric retirement home, folks. I gotta get him out.
Arya just wraps the arm around your arm. Like, morning.
More than.
It is about probably like 6 a.m. right
Now I lose. Do I lose all three?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Okay.
Really quickly. He's gonna like lift his hand behind his back to try to see if he can do something to the new
Dude.
person that Ian is right now.
The new robot who just walked in and spoke in a
don't
very
have-
robotic tone.
He, much like
Wait,
the
can
metals,
I catch sight of this?
it's behind his back, so.
Damn it! I was gonna
No, I
fly
guess-
around.
I guess a better question would be, as a person who's now all living metal, can he feel the magnetism? Even
No,
I know it doesn't
it does
affect
not.
him, but like how a charmed person that saves the DC knows that they were
No,
trying
because
to
it's like trying to stick a magnet to wood. It doesn't do anything. That's kind of, I think, what would be happening here.
Okay.
No effect.
So he doesn't
even
feel
notice.
Like it doesn't have even a slight
You notice
pull.
that
And then
Ian doesn't react.
I'll try one more thing, and I'm going to attempt to cool the metal.
He, for whatever reason,
If I don't notice anything visual, that's okay.
nothing visual happens. Ian, you feel cold? Not really. Just cold on your like wherever he targeted. You see it's cold for a
I
second, then
targeted his
disappears.
shoulder.
You see that
Right
like,
here?
it's cold here, then you feel like this sensation of some kind of system within your body travels to it and just snuffs
It's
it out.
regulating it.
I fall over
Whoa,
and
whoa, whoa.
die.
Ian, are you okay?
Perfectly still.
Ian?
Jeffrey's gonna start sweating.
He's
That's
fine.
not.
He's don't worry. He's still breathing.
He's not breathing.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't breathe.
He doesn't. No, he
He-
does
he
breathe.
breathes.
He was breathing. up
He's
until
not
this point.
breathing.
He's not breathing right now, though.
He's not moving.
To lie to.
He's not
Alright.
breathing.
But then does he
Jeffrey's
have to roll a deception? Does he have to roll deception
Advantage.
if he literally can just be nothing
Yeah,
and fall to the floor?
I'm gonna say he has like a 20. I'm gonna give Elphantasma's like he's pretty sure, and Athena's like this is bullshit.
Athena knows he's done this shit before.
Daniel's like yeah, I heard his breathing. Ashley's like what the fuck?
Ian,
Esse hipote is fine.
He's faking. He's done this before.
Jeffrey's like I'm pretty sure he's okay after a moment of
Snitches
panic.
get stitches.
Ian, you can't do that to me.
I told you we don't like him now.
Ian, right now is probably not the best time to pretend to die.
I'm having fun. For once.
Jeffrey's gonna
If
give
you
you a
have
bear
fun,
hug.
just not be. Don't let it be at the expense of your life
Oh
again.
hell yeah, I got a bear hug.
You're hugging.
Oh,
Don't do
hugs!
that,
I
please.
love hugs.
I'm just testing what I can do to help you.
Pop comes behind the both of them.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Jeffrey's
thanks.
metal
In the middle
shell.
of all of this.
Yeah, Ian gets squished between a Jeffrey metal shell and a mop hug. Oh boy, that's a bad time.
Hey,
Apologies for
it's
the
good good that we're hugging this out right now because we're not gonna be
Alright,
able to do this very
this
soon.
is definitely the morale boost that we needed, but we need to start planning, and now, because we need to head out as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Let's have. I would say
is
let's have a
Thalia still
plan,
there?
but
Thalia is still nearby.
Thalia's...
Silver Lady is also nearby.
That
she
was
is,
Athena talking.
she annoyedly moving.
Annoyedly.
Annoyed. She's very. She's a
Annoyingly.
She moves clay out of the collapsing tent using her. As a unit of practice still.
These fucking kids.
It's not that annoying because you just helped her out a lot, but
This
a
is
little
frustrating.
like, thank you, Mop, for knocking head on my unconscious husband.
Oh, he's fine.
He didn't wake up with Mop running in and being like, "Hey guys!"
He has not. He's not woken up. He's barely moved.
Noted.
Athena's gonna whisper to Phantasma, "I'll be right back," and she's
Está
gonna walk
bien.
over towards Thalia.
Talia is
With
right,
Sophia.
right near you.
Oh, I thought she was over with. Okay, never mind. Then I'll wait.
So, what is your plan?
oh.
You might need to go over towards the front. Talk to the general. Others.
We can go.
Well, before we do any of that, if we try to plan this out, I need to know what you do, Ian. What kind of stuff does that new body have?
I already asked him to show up, and he didn't want to do it.
I'm not asking him to show off. I'm trying to ask what he can do.
I can do. Where do I start? Actually, I can do a lot.
You see that?
Are you-
Silver
are
Lady
you,
does
like,
that
old?
turn dial thing? And you see that
Stop!
his
That's
body
so
just
weird.
goes to like a tankier form, a speed form, a form that looks for flight, one that's like kind of hard to see a little bit in the like the morning light, and then back to something that's normal, and then something that looks like it's a little bit more guarded, and just back to normal.
Whoa. You can just control him like that?
Can you not do that?
He
It's
is made
very
out of
disorienting.
Technology, yes, and I can control technology with my mind.
Okay, but could you like do it a little bit slower? Because it's really disorienting.
All right.
If there was like an ability that could help us out in order to visualize what each of these were, that would be kind of
You
cool.
want to roll them each
But
of the mode descriptions?
if you don't want to roll that, that's okay.
You know. Here we go.
What?
Combat, stealth,
Combat mode.
defense, speed,
Stealth
focus,
mode,
flight.
defense mode, speed mode, focus mode, flight mode. No, no. So
I
he
mean,
can
all
cycle
those
through
look
all of
cool,
these.
but
Transformers.
does it like make you stronger?
Was one of
Uh-huh.
those flying?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Hey.
This is so cool.
So like, can you heal people or like
Um.
hurt people?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Everything, all the robots you fought in the battle against myself, he should have X similar.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
I do have a plan. Something
What kind
I
of
won't see
plan?
coming. Think way back, just before we fought Thea for the last time. For, you know. Do you remember what you did?
Have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I know.
Hailstorm.
What about it?
That's one thing he's not seen. You've not used that ability that I know of.
How long ago
Like
was
what you
this
did with Thomas.
battle?
We're talking.
75 years ago.
Time's a little
A long
distorted there.
time ago.
Well, you remember that it's been around the early 2000s.
Yeah. So
I
we.
don't think he would have seen.
You know,
This was a interesting fight.
Yeah.
Well,
If you-
regardless,
you think that whoever you were fighting is smarter than Elias, you probably go coming.
You haven't met her.
That's a fight I would love to see.
Arya looks so.
I would love to see.
No, Arya just goes from like smile to just like immediately just pissed off.
That is actually what Athena would say. That is 100% a fight I would pay to watch.
Oh yeah,
You don't want
that fight wouldn't last long.
Oh yeah.
I'm unsure of whose favorite.
Whatever.
would be.
On one side or the other.
We can talk about what big attacks we want to do later on. How are we gonna get to him? What is the outside of the base that we're looking at here? Is it guarded? Can we just stroll in and
It is
start
very
kicking
heavily
ass?
guarded. It's
I
the ground
personally
around it
don't
is very messy.
think it would be the best idea to just barge right in and start picking a fight. We have a couple things that can gain us the upper hand here, and we might be able to figure something out a bit more strategic than just fighting our way through.
That wasn't what I was saying. I was asking what kind of things should we be looking out for?
He's
like,
definitely in
what
a building,
defenses
though.
Yes,
does he have?
He's up in a building that apparently has a bunch of tech inside of it. Allows him to roll it to it. Well as it's not the tallest building, but a decent size, and he's been able to get troops out. What we believe, I've heard from the general, that is connected to his underground network.
How many people are in the building?
I don't know. More just keep coming out every time that more and more.
And
just keeps
they're
the fight going
AIs?
constantly.
It's
Or
AIs?
are there other people helping him out?
There are AIs as well as these former humans. They former humanoids because
We
so
ran into
tested.
them.
They do not have minds. Some of them have explosive powers that don't make sense. Some are the size of elephants. Some are.
I'll be able to
demonic.
sense those people and give you a good number once we get close.
General
could just
said
take
is
down the
probably in the rows of hundreds. They're not that strong or that intelligent, well put together, but they pack a bit of a punch.
Silver Lady,
Yes,
are you going to be coming with us?
I will. And
She
as soon as
better.
I get nearby, all of the pulling will.
And that was one of the upper hands I'm hoping we can have during this battle. If we can completely disable his AIs, we just have to deal with whatever amalgamation of creatures he has and him.
So you can have one group dealing with it. I can deal with the AIs, and another dealing with his abominations.
That's what I'm thinking. Because if we have a bunch of the heroes associated with the AIs on one team, a bunch of stealth people on one team, and a bunch of heavy hitters on one team, we could
I
systematically
don't think-
take out everything.
I don't think stealthing will be much of an option, as he can sense. But it seems he has a good idea of anything that touches or comes in contact with him.
Well, then
What if
what we're going to have to do is make it 2 teams then. One team has to get to him, at which point Daniel could probably put a portal down where we could all go through. Because regardless of how many abominations or whatever we fight, it seems like he's generating more.
If we can infiltrate the bottom, won't be able to go in. And if they're not, if they're AIs, they will be useless. Correct. Correct. And if we can allow most of our forces focusing hide of abominations,
The rest of us deal with Elias.
if we deal with Elias, orders will not be going through.
I have a question about that. Silver Lady, do you know anything about the control he's got on these
He's-
people?
Something connected to pain, I believe. Able to communicate just by simply by.
But wouldn't that need a range somehow, some way to boost the signal?
I am unsure of how his signals work. Not require of radio waves or any kind of Bluetooth by technology or any kind of cordage.
But it's his robotic side of his body that's able to sense, huh?
And it's technology. You're on the same page with me, Ashley.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Silver Lady could shut it down.
Oh, protect.
His demon.
Oh.
What keeps?
Mm-mm.
Maybe Maybe we should explain the demon part before we do this.
I'll
And you
explain
really
it to
didn't
her. We
find
have other
Leo?
things. No, he is... come back. I've
We
seen him with the
might need
president.
him.
How many heroes do you have on standby?
None on standby. They're all over there.
How many are over there?
Everyone
Just
else.
the one
Candor
general?
took the majority of everyone else, and Arugichi left last night, right?
Yes, the only person not over there is Minerva and Lifecoil, as they are down at full compound, making sure. Alright, those that are injured, which is the most of the city, or the refugees set up camps around it. I think we have about 15 heroes that are other top 50.
I have a couple
Just
of
a-
ideas that might work.
I have a quick question before we continue. We saw a bit about what Morose could do, but I still don't understand what his powers are, other than being a slimy son of a bitch.
From what Leo says,
Morose?
it's misery.
He has a
Misery
desire demon
manifests.
just like Sadie, and his misery is what's feeding his, just like how pain feeds Sadie.
Yeah, I get
Fortunately
that.
enough, his misery is also feeding me as well, and I've been empowered by whatever he's been doing to the people of the city.
But what does he do with that misery? Is it just shadow tendrils? Can I block it? Can anybody block it?
I know for a fact that he has a wide amount of tech inside of his body, like cannons and sniper rifle. Different
Working with
firearms,
emotions, working with demons and emotions is a little different. Just like how you can't really block pain, and I'll still gain my perks from hurting someone, no matter what.
That's what I'm saying. We need to. When we fight him, it's not gonna be just punching him. I don't think that's how it's gonna work. We're gonna try to survive first thing, and then the second thing is trying to cut off his ability to feed off people. I don't know how we're gonna do that yet.
Sadie,
I can try to absorb his
this
shadows.
is the worst question to ask you, but as another
don't
desire
ask it.
here,
You asked.
what's your weakness? What's something that would happen to a desire demon that would disable it, or do something that would completely...
Depends. Depends if you're talking about before we were exterminated or after we were exterminated.
We can talk about both.
But before we were exterminated, you had to basically remove our desire from that area. So if you wanted to make me weak, you just have to make sure there was no pain. But I was making sure we're in pain. But afterwards, if you kill the host, you kill the demon. And there's always a physical side to that person. So if someone hits Ashley, he doesn't just avoid it because it's painful. Ashley's immortal.
So you're saying that we can punch him?
Yeah.
Well, that works for me.
I mean,
It's
it's most likely
just a lot harder because of his demon and his
Yeah,
robotic
well.
side.
Well,
That's what we'll have to deal with.
Misery is like this inky scorpion and he's gross. So you're gonna probably fight this like inky scorpion.
And you're telling me this now?
You didn't ask. Didn't seem
What
relevant.
else do you know about
That
misery?
explains a
I know
lot.
Misery is I kind of liked him. He was kind of cool. Now he's a dickhead. He liked making people upset. He feeds off of your
Wow, you and
emotions.
him must have been best friends.
Not really, because it's like, I didn't want him to steal my area. You know, I had like this cool place that I had set up, and everybody was like dying of like poisonous berries, and we kind of fought one time because he wanted this
Really
area.
quickly, are we freaking the fuck out of Silver Lady and a couple other people there? Like, Thalia's never heard Sadie speak this much either. Like, what's happening to people who don't know
Thalia's
Sadie?
face is just like, I'm not that surprised. Nothing surprises me. I've seen everything. And there's like glances from Silver Lady like,
You see?
Got it.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Because so far, we know as stupid as it sounds, it's like he's made up of 3 different types of Play-Doh. One is metal, one is flesh, and the other is demon stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could separate it, right? For each of us to target. For example, Silver Lady and I could try to focus on those parts of his body, which means that we'd be in charge of stopping machine guns, the laser sights, the whatever.
While I will be very useful, I will not be that in a fight against him. That I will focus on making sure that many AIs are not functioning. I will not be able to assist you in any actual.
Well, then I guess it's on me. I'm gonna try my best. I know that it has that carbon, graphite, whatever the fuck it is.
Graphene, but he is made out of his design of living metal.
Well, I guess that makes it a little easier. That stuff isn't as hard to cool off. I could try freezing it.
He's very resistant to cold.
I mean, it worked for the living metal prison. I can always try.
Yes.
And if worse comes to worse, I can just try to cover those parts of his body.
But it might slow him down at the very least. It may not hurt him, but it might make it so you have a better opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
As to his
Meantime,
is
demonic
there
side, I do not know anything, but his body is very old, but I believe kept in good condition, possibly from, I thought the robotics, but maybe that affected him.
he was a good 40, maybe even 45% demon by now. And you're right, his heart and such is in very good condition. But I'm pretty sure it's just because of how much of the demon is actually part of his body and nothing else.
And
Athena.
And the rest of it, that's robotics, that's just holding it up amazingly well.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sweet Pea, but I want to know how much Athena can work around his mind. Is it impenetrable?
I know
I
that
didn't really.
again something that I did not, but I know that he is an exceedingly intelligent man. Despite all of his how evil of a person he's proven to be, exceedingly intelligent. Very quick-witted. Knows very many things about fear.
Question. That was out of character.
I meant to stay out of character. The voice stays for a second.
Could you remind me what Cortez felt when he tried to? Because I believe I did try to possess him during the whole, at the very beginning, when he was being shown to be trying to send off to jail.
You tried to possess him, and there was this second presence, like Ashley, just forced you out. It seemed much more intact, more volatile.
The
more
second thing,
established.
can I add to that question really quickly? Just because we've dealt with him mentally, specifically Athena, during court. And I wanted to remember what happened when we tried to, I think Athena tried to mental wall because she realized what was happening after the fact.
It's not so necessarily that his powers are immune to it, it's just that his farming of misery.
Okay.
I was trying to ask basically as
mental-
Jeffrey, does he have mental powers that he could use to exploit us? I didn't want to say it as elegantly because
But his demon powers aren't mental, they're just the demonic misery coming from other people that he likes.
If what Leo says is true, control misery. Question it. Responsive character.
So, Purple. I'm stupid, and you used a lot of big words.
That's fair. You felt like for what he remembers, there was just another person, a lot like how he might perceive Ashley and Sadie. That other person that's they're basically the same person, two people in one body.
Oh, okay. So, but then, like, did it feel any different as if it were compared, to
It
Ashley
seems like
and
this, not that one is older than the other, but it feels like this is a much stronger version of that type of demon. Been around at least in Moreau's, in this world, a lot longer.
And I would feel that.
You'd feel that there's something. As much as
Oh.
Ashley and Sadie have been, these two are practically the same person. Sadie and Ashley are very close. It's almost hard to identify if it weren't the other side
Gotcha.
forcing you.
Alright, then I'm going to say, when I try to possess Moros, his mental presence was different, more different than Ashley and her demon. It's instead of two minds sharing a body, it was more as if they were combined. You can't tell the difference between Moros and the demon.
What percentage of him is still human versus
Very little.
machine?
Well, if
It's
what you said was about 40% demonic.
around 45% demonic. A good other half of that I can't even see at all, and the rest is what I can see. So 25,
About 40,
maybe 30.
About 45% of his body is robotic. Percent of it.
Then maybe
I
you
can
weren't
agree to
fully
that.
wrong. If this demon has been slowly taking him over, maybe there's not enough of his humanity left for
Sadie,
him to come
Yeah.
through.
theoretically, could a demon possess a robot?
Probably. Demon
It doesn't need to be a living form for the demon to latch onto?
The roboticness probably has to have life in it a little bit, like Ian does.
See, he does have a little bit of life left, but
Well, yeah, desire demons don't really take over; they just assimilate. Assimilate? Yeah, that's the right word.
assimilate. And if he's only got 10% of his mind left,
Well, it's kind of
That
a
could
both
be-
ways thing, and I don't like that part. Because I'm kind of like more like Ashley now than I used to be, and she's more like me. Kind of like you meet 50-50.
It's
even
definitely
if
a
the
you
demon's
meet
will is
50-50.
stronger.
It's not. There's no separation, Athena. I think that's what you're misunderstanding here. Me and Sadie synchrosadist all the time, and sometime later there might be a moment where we're just completely one, and there's not a moment where I'm having to question Sadie for something that I probably already know because we've been together this long.
Think about it this way.
You have two pieces of dough. You knead them together. You might be able to see the separation for a time. But after kneading it enough, they'll just be one dough ball.
It's one dough ball. And
Wow, what
he's
a
achieved
metaphor.
that full synchronization with his demon. His demon is now him. He is demon. He just is also part human, part robot.
Yes, I'm
It's
not
not like what
questioning that
happened
at
with
all.
me.
I'm not questioning any of that at all. My questioning was which side influenced more. Like Sadie just said, Sadie was influenced and is more like Ashley now. Is there a
But
chance-
that's why she continued that, saying I'm more like Sadie. You meet 50-50. There must have been already some type of madness and corruption in Elias himself that gelled well with his demon for them to think alike and be as synchronized as they are today.
Okay. That was mainly what I was trying to work out in my head. We can't just blame this on the demon.
We
Then
can't just blame this on a demon.
That's why I wanted to ask that earlier. I thought that maybe we could beat him with like some mental manipulation, but if it's two people in there, I don't think you could shove in a third.
What about like what you did with Silver Lady? Could you disconnect the metallic side from
Well,
him?
I've been thinking about that, but first thing is that I'd have to touch him in order to do that.
And second, I would really advise against wanting to go inside a body that is also demonic.
What
Enter, you
the
might
worst
be
that
able to
happens
leave.
is that it tries to attack me.
Is going to attack you. Once you get into the physical space of whatever that thing is, and Athena, once you get into that mental space of whatever that thing is, it's just gonna be as bad as every other demon that you've seen this way, and they can attack you just the same. These
But
things
can
are
they attack them
strong.
both at the same time?
Might be able to, but just don't do anything mentally, Athena, that will get you trapped in somewhere we don't want. Same with anything physically. You go enter his metal side, Jeffrey. What's to say you will be able to get out again? Same with you, Athena.
Think about it, Athena. You did all that stuff with the trigger demon before, and that was just a trigger demon. This is a whole desire demon.
I'm not saying that I have to go in him. This was what I was talking about before. I just need to cover him and prevent him from moving. That much will make it easier for everybody to attack him. Because what was crazy to me was just how fast he could move.
Yeah.
I mean, he could dodge our attacks with ease. If I can slow him down, even the tiniest bit, that can give us an opening. Because like you said, he can still be punched.
Sadie,
Yeah?
you said he was a scorpion?
He manifests as a scorpion. Like, a stupid fucking goblet thing. He manifests as a scorpion in a cave. The only way to... Like, only reason I know is because I were like... Sorry, but we were... Like, what's the word? Homies.
Yes.
She let that
David,
one for me in.
Yeah.
Continue,
Yeah.
Sadie.
But the only way to activate his power is someone that liked causing misery to swallow the scorpion. It's from its king. You know, keep it simple.
He had to swallow
Swallow
the scorpion.
Sadie?
You know, that's funny because you did the opposite.
Sorry.
Because, like, no, I was just saying that because Sadie crawled out of Ashley's mouth is kind of weird.
No,
Okay.
I called you Ashley's mouth.
Crawled into my mouth. I hopefully drank Sadie out of a goblet, and it was
Yeah.
goopy, bloody, disgustingness.
No,
Silver Lady's probably like,
Kind of trying to, like,
Silver
think
Lady
about
is
what
giving
kind of...
us
Out of all the people that you guys should be picking on, it might be Miss Bird Eater over here who's trying to say
I know, I was like, this one ain't a
you did eat a
bird.
bird.
Aria, what did you want to say?
Can we talk about the bunny rabbit?
Yeah.
I didn't eat a bunny.
What is going on?
Or the slime? How
I
many things
hate
does he
to
have in his
interrupt
mouth?
here, but I think I'm going to go.
Oh.
So unfortunately, let me know how it all goes.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Sadie?
Ah,
Were there any desire demons that were a bird?
oh, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Because that was a very similar
I
situation.
think you would have
would
known
know.
by
You would-
now
you
if
would
you
know.
had a desire demon
would
in you.
absolutely
Oh, that's...
Unless it was too terrified to come out.
I do have to say something, if that's okay. So we have this plan. So we're gonna do a plan, but if anything goes down, we can use Daniel's portal to portal all of you guys out and away. And she kind of just taps her throat for a second, like, I can use that.
Didn't we have a conversation a while ago
sure
about
we
not
did.
trading
Yeah,
lives?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we talked about how that will never happen,
It's
Aria.
if it goes downhill.
If it goes downhill, we abort mission and figure something else.
If it goes
That's-
downhill, Ari, make sure the entire rest of the hero population that's left is not in the general block.
That's
If
what
it goes
I'm...
downhill, we don't have to bring the hill down with it, Aria.
Didn't we have a conversation about not trading lives?
I'm just saying, it's gonna just
Last
in
resort.
case.
So many able to use it.
It's an admirable thought, Aria.
Does
But
Silver Lady? Does Elias, before this fight, did he even know about my last resort?
Everybody is.
That's
That
true.
we had not been shown. Different theories were speculated.
Uh-huh. Oh no. Okay.
Again, right now.
We do have the upper hand because Ian's new and different now.
Hey.
That's another thing to keep in mind. He won't be able to know what to expect with Ian because he's expecting a demon still.
Yeah, I'm so done with demons.
Good.
They're a piece of work.
Tell me about it.
I really don't like him.
No, Sadie,
You're muted
Sadie.
if you're talking.
I should say I hate Scourger demons.
That's fair.
As far as Desire demons go, you're the best that I've seen.
Question. I definitely didn't pull on me. Demons. Don't really understand them. How does the form work exactly? Is it physical or is it kind of like an aura? I know that it.
There's a physical part of Sadie in me,
Yeah.
Mop. And there's splotches of misery all over Elias Morose.
Before we got things, we were like destroyed. We didn't necessarily have to have. Only if we had no pain or misery or whatever around us. Then we had a physical. But if we were super strong, it was like you couldn't hit us because you had to kill the misery around us. Pain.
Well, I was just wondering because I thought about this with Ian over there when he had his edgy phase.
Yeah, I'm glad to be out of that edgy phase.
Yeah, I'm still watching. Keep an eye on.
Thanks.
Don't do drugs. I was just wondering.
Wait a minute, I can do all the drugs I want and I won't have any repercussions.
Ian.
What would happen if I pulled it out? Absorbed it, maybe?
I'm
not sure exactly how this works, but
Absorb the demon?
It's
Would
not
I
easy to
know
pull the
about
demon
this?
out because I tried that.
Mom, it would be like separating you from Toaster's die.
Yeah,
That's a neat way to put it, Sadie.
that's a great way to put it, actually. So you're saying
But
that
I can do it.
ripped it out the first time we fought him, it was not the
Mop, I
smartest
think
idea?
it's a little harder. You have to think of it in the way that you'd think of trying to clean up Sadie from my body. And I
What
don't
about-
think it's something that you can do.
But
Actually, you said he had a lot of little bits.
Yeah,
scattered all
they're
I
they're
could clean up specs. I'm not saying
alopecia spots all over him essentially.
I'm not saying
There's
all at once. Just little bits at a time, so he can lose his power.
It would be the same as trying to pull your own arm off. It would hurt.
I think right
Pull your arm off
now
hurt.
we should
I
just
think
Yes,
I have never
Sadie.
done it.
guys.
I
think
have, and it's actually quite painful, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Well, then it would weaken him.
That's
All
good
right.
luck.
I can try
It
that.
would-
If we
It's
can
not easy to
even
do because you have to know where the demon is and then you have to locate it and then perfectly grab where the demon is and then you have to rip it out with a good amount of force.
this
Well, I'll
He's
just
right.
guess.
this thing is definitely looks like it's A plus B equals C here, but we don't know how to get B into this equation.
But
We can't
there's
just walk
math
up to him
fucking
and rip his
letters.
arm off.
Why don't we
guys,
just
I'm not
target the
talking-
technology? That's what
Guys.
controls his misery anyway. That's how he controls the misery.
But
We've
we
already
haven't been
gone
able
over
to
this.
mess with this technology since. Not even Jeffrey can manipulate the living metal that's inside of him.
Excuse
Technically
me, my
speaking-
husband is trying to talk.
You're not married yet.
Fiance.
maybe instead of attacking this like we've attacked everybody else, maybe we need to start thinking about how we can all do something together to hurt this guy. I can hold him down. At least I can do my best to make sure that he's not moving all over the damn place. And maybe we could try doing something like you three kids did with those AIs, where you combined your powers to do more.
Oh, yeah.
we need to do something that is going to be equal strength to Morose. I don't think throwing Mop at him is going to hurt him all that much, even if he's slowed down.
I wasn't suggesting that I'd go in alone.
Did Bobby
I'm
find
not
that?
suggesting that. I am not suggesting that either. I'm just saying, when we go to fight him, we need to choose somebody to be the vessel for which we kick his ass.
I currently have a blood mark on him. I have been sensing him 500 feet away from us this entire time. I can tell you how many times his heart's beat in the past second. Quite a lot. I can tell you each different splotch of demonic and human, and what I'm guessing are voids are just technological spots here. And because of this, I might have a really good time gaining the advantage on any of my shots on him. That sounds like it's weird because that's how you would say it for shooting. I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm talking about the sheep, but I'm not. I gain the advantage on getting a good shot on him. That's literal.
You know where to hit.
But I actually do gain advantage on him.
Oye, niña. Can you ask your demon, how is Moro's demons in terms of their shadows? How is that different from Cipote's demon?
I have a name, Fanta.
Scourger demons are on a completely different level than Desire demons.
Yeah.
They're
I
the
described
demons made in order to have the advantage over everything else in hell. They're something that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, they if they kill you, it's game over. Like no hell, no nothing. Like game over. You died. Goodbye.
I don't normally sense fear in Sadie, and the most fear I felt in Sadie was with Ian's demon.
See, like, Sadie would usually be indignant about something like that, but you see the side of Ashley's lip quivering, thinking about it.
They're war machines made intentionally to be
My
able...
question was not their differences specifically, but their shadow differences. Because I noticed that Morose did have the shadow tentacle-looking thing.
I think you're talking about whatever scorpion stuff Sadie was talking about before. And quite like how Sadie gives me the ability to bloodshot and be mobile with the thing that makes her a very sadist desire demon, I think his is in the similar aspect, especially for being someone who's misery. Other desire demons probably have some other different form of movement and abilities that transfer over to weird human superpowers, but that's most likely what that is.
Last time we were unprepared. We're definitely more prepared this time.
I still stand by what I said. I think we just need to punch him harder. There's, as dumb as it sounds, that's the only way we're gonna do anything. We just need to hit him harder than he can hit us. And the way that I see it, we can do that.
I can continue to have the upper hand on him with my blood mark, but unfortunately, I don't think I'd be a great match one-on-one against him. But
well, that's why you have
if we
help.
can figure something out, like you said, someone becomes the vessel so that everyone else is able to do what we need to do during this battle, it might help us out. Perhaps me, Daniel, and Ian can once again team up and do something incredible with his new robotic powers, and I'll be able to funnel whatever I'm able to do through him in order to continue to gain what I can on Elias with my blood mark. But
I think what we could do is have Mop and I try to slow him down. Meanwhile, you have Daniel and Arya to keep us up. And while we're doing that, Phantasma can try to sneak you guys somewhere to get a high ground or to get an advantage on this dude.
Impossible.
Remember what Thalia said. Sneaking around is gonna be nearly impossible because he can.
It's not sneaking if he can't see you. That's what I'm saying. If you can manipulate the shadows, he doesn't see you, regardless if he knows you're there.
So much a snake of sneaking, but getting them in the right position without him being able to stop you.
Correct.
I guess the other thing I should mention is us demons can sense each other in a very weird way. And we've been able to sense each other this entire time. If I go anywhere in that building, he's going to easily be able to sense Sadie and know.
Ashley, you're not listening. You're not sneaking around. You're preventing him from attacking you to get to the position you need to go to. If that means high ground, then you guys, Black Pillar, or whatever you want to do, Phantasma, I know you're very good with that. You get to where you need to go, you guys are out of his line of sight, or even better, out of his range. At which point, you can then prepare an attack. The more we keep you moving around, and the more we keep him still, the better chance we have of attacking him.
Daniel
Get what I'm saying?
I also
I like
have
that
some
plan.
options with portals to give us high ground or space. Also, if we want a mobile portal, I can put it on Jeffrey's wall.
Right.
That way we
What
can
I'm saying is we could
combine them.
force him to put way more effort into getting at us than he probably would be comfortable with. If he can't touch you guys and you can touch him, that's the advantage.
So I'd just be very careful with it. Like you. I think he thought you
Yeah, I
was the
noticed.
biggest threat. Then Jeffrey only very short.
Then why don't we just put a bodyguard on Athena?
It's a good thing that we have a bodyguard.
Sophia and someone else might be able to be our best bet here.
Sophia's not going.
Why isn't Sophia going?
Last time she got hit, she almost didn't make it. She's slowing down. Not a good idea to take her.
You of all people probably shouldn't be talking. She's helped you one too many times in any of this stuff, especially when the rest of us need to be
She's
doing.
aging like a dog, Ashley.
Is that you do kind of notice that, or as superpowered as the dog she is looking. She's aged a good bit for a dog. Comparison, how she was maybe only a few months ago.
Can't take a hit. Not one like Steadfast took.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't kill us to leave her somewhere safer because, like I
You
said,
guys really think you're gonna be able to convince Sophia of all dogs
She will if
to stay?
Thalia takes care of her.
You're not serious.
I'm
Thalia's
100%
coming with us,
serious.
isn't she?
I will,
No.
but I'm not going to. I'm too old. I don't want to get biased.
I know you're not
That's why
coming in.
The
I'm
dog
saying you're
is
coming
gonna stay with you and protect you.
Way to God.
Then
Goodness
that
me.
No
then that
promises.
leaves us with no one with Athena. We need to figure that one
please.
out first.
You know
got-
I got this.
I was just about to say, we do have some new artillery, and I'm not saying like ones to shoot Moreau's with, but ways to protect us.
Fair.
If he can prevent, he seems like he has a bunch of different modes that could probably help with either A, getting you all out of Dodge. We all know that in his robot form or whatever, he was pretty damn good at saving people.
We
Or
can't
two,
shoulder him with the responsibility of having to protect all of us, though.
that's why you are all going as a group. You have Phantasma, you have Athena, you have Ian, all of which, and Daniel, all of which can prevent you from getting hit. Meanwhile, you have a good open shot to continue to attack him in the spots that hurt. And
Yeah,
he'll be
Athena
slowed
can
down,
boost you.
and he'll be
It's
pinned down by Mop.
Scary,
That's
Fair.
that's
fine.
that's my plan. That's the best that we got. We just gotta punch him harder, and we can do it. Mop, would you be willing to go with me to try to pin him down, or at the very least keep him distracted?
Are you kidding? I bump elbows. We haven't been buddy cops for a while.
Oh.
Sounds good.
We need to get a comic of you two.
We need a fucking canon RP of us.
Ian said this in character. Can you not ruin the moment for me? God, just kidding.
Sorry, I couldn't tell your voices.
Well, I think it might be time. Going?
Do we agree with the plan?
Yeah, sure. I'll bodyguard.
Yeah, fine. It's
And
what we
remember,
got.
Arya, you're staying with us, but you are not going near him. You hear me?
Okay.
Because Kabul herself was looking at something else, so I could just imagine Arya just completely zoned out and be like,
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm good.
I know.
Wait, how serious are all these people? And then Arya's just like, yeah, sure. Sounds like a good time.
Hey, Colin.
It's because
up?
Arya's just like,
Would Ian be
I don't plan.
aware
Just go along with you
of-
guys.
Would Ian be aware of defibrillate?
Yeah. You wear.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, because I was about to say one more thing before we head off.
Huh?
I have this cool thing.
What?
Where
Go
like,
on.
I mean, long story short, it's like I might be able to bring people back from the great beyond.
What?
I might be able to yank people back from hell.
What?
What?
Ian, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about I got this cool thing, right?
Just to defibrillate.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's like a super defibrillator.
Well, if they're dead for a long time or missing a head, it's not going to work.
Well, no shit. You kind of.
You have the most basic medical device.
Yeah,
and-
but it's like it's cool because I have it.
Fair.
Why don't
All right.
we all
Good to
work?
know. Good to know. Good to know.
Another thing in his kit that we know about that can be useful.
Hold on to these, please. You see, like, the rods were previously in clay. They have decent handles. Hold on to these by anyone.
That's
Ian
cool.
takes one very terrified.
Just hold on to it.
What's this?
You see, like,
Wait, what?
you start rising up like you're holding on to a floating broom.
Wait, was this in clay?
It was, but it's...
Ian, catch me.
I
And
brushed it off
Ashley's
with the
gonna
bottle.
bottle.
Ian was low-key tempted to not catch, but then he was
Ah.
like, there was like a split second where he was like, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Maybe I will.
He waits
Okay.
to the last possible moment, and his inhuman reaction... People fly off, people are traveling that way. Alia,
I assume Phantasma took my hair clip.
No, I'm walking. Like, there's no point in stealthing if he's gonna know where I am anyway.
No, we're flying to get there
No,
faster.
we have to get to there.
you're a decent
So-
bit away.
We're flying.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
then
flying.
I might possess the object then. That
Okay,
We're-
to do.
Hi. Okay.
One way or
I
another.
carry the liquid.
One way
I
or
don't know
another.
how, but I'm carrying it.
Mop's bucket. Excuse me,
I'm
Mop.
carrying the bucket.
Either way,
Mop is distracted.
one way or another, you make
Mop
it
is
there,
the-
and you end up getting towards the area, and you see a large building with all the other buildings cleared out from around it. There's probably like a good 3 or 4 buildings away from everything, and there's different areas that are kind of being funneled to seemingly make it harder for them to exit the building. You assume the destruction and the terraforming is kind of a combination. Mainly crag.
Are we in the orange circle?
Yes, you're
Okay.
fine
Okay,
then.
good.
Heartbeat sense. What do I sense? How many
Sense-
people? How many weird abominations?
Probably at the
How many
moment
heroes?
about 3,000 abominations
Oh my
falling out. You sense the general
fucking god.
nearby. Sense
The 3,000 abominations are in and around the building?
Yes, and it seems like they're kind of trying to control this swarm of zombie-like creatures. Remember, think of like those fast zombies that are screaming and writhing and just running at you. If anybody has played Dead Space, you know those alien zombies coming at you, the ones that are exceedingly fast.
Really fast little
Like
little
the large
shits.
arms and things like that just jump towards you, almost too fast to see. That's what these things. You see that frag rolling through a bunch of them. You see the fireman that is Cole go through it. But you don't see some of the ones that disappeared in the previous fight by Osicha. People like Last Laugh, like Kosis, Komodo, Nimja. Frag is back, however.
That's good.
The moon calling sent off a burst of divine white light that just sends a pillar of them flying in different directions, while other smaller heroes are kind of containing the perimeter. You see, however, from the vantage point that you have as the ground is all sunken in, you see the general kind of organizing and calling things out and saying some things over different radios. You see next to him a number of injured. Dust storm.
Daniel goes immediately to all the injured people.
Yeah, hi, buddy. We're helping.
Daniel starts healing people. Arya.
We'll go up to Deathstorm though. Deathstorm looks hurt too.
You
Fuck.
see the
Yeah.
You see entire side of his face, and his entire side is. There's this
Deathstorm
black.
is stronger than us.
There's this
and
black,
he's...
inky mess dripping down his body.
Can I mop up that
Heal,
black
heal,
inky
heal.
mess?
See, as it does, you see there's a. Before it gets sucked into the mop.
That is
Gross.
creepy.
Thank you for the Daniel.
Glad you're here. General says, kind of straightening up. As he's crouching over another body you couldn't quite see because of his form. Being unconscious, Leo.
What?
No, I refuse.
Probably abort mission right now. We're not ready for this.
You see him.
We're not ready
You
for
see
this.
him cough. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
You
So
see
what
You see
happened?
he sits up, and the general just pushes him back down. I went to fight him.
By yourself?
Thought I could take it.
How'd that go?
Went all right. I heard him pretty.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You don't even look like you can see. How could you tell?
I broke his leg and a couple of ribs, and I ripped his hand off.
Good to know.
What?
Did they need a hand?
Okay.
I think he has extras.
Oh, robotic side.
I did hurt him a bit, not enough. Had to pat. But he wanted to talk.
Us?
I'd love to chat.
They just call out and he'll hear you. But he told me to pass
With
along.
that, Ian's gonna shout out, Morose!
Ian.
Yikes.
Oh no.
Here, after a moment, a loudspeaker start to echo out, and everybody starts to turn towards it.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna keep it.
I was wondering when you were all going to arrive. Good to see you again.
Fuck
Ian.
you too.
You know, we don't have to fight if you don't want to.
I mean, if you
Well,
want
I
to
want
surrender,
to.
that would make our job really easy.
I'm not going to surrender, of course, but if you just want to let me go, I will never see from me again. You can have your precious city back and your uniform cleansed. And I'll just be lurking in the shadows for all time. I'll go our own way with my experiments, and you will not see them.
So you can torture someone else? No.
I have a great idea. What if you stopped breathing and living?
Wow, that was a really good idea, Ian.
Thank you.
And congratulate yourselves all you want, but if you decide to fight, all of you will die. All of you will not make it. That is for certain. And I will have this city one way or another.
How's that worked out for you so far?
Who says this isn't part of my plan, Mr. Erbander?
And who says this isn't part of ours, Mr. Morose?
Why are you being polite? Why do you think, Mr. Chris?
Assume that you are all so organized enough to actually have a plan is laughable at best.
Same goes for you.
You see,
Seems
as
like everything hasn't been going to plan since, huh?
you see the silver lady floats in the air, and all of the AIs that have been around as well just suddenly fall to the ground. You hear a sigh over the speaker.
Ashley grins up admirably at.
Did we turn off your toys?
Boo-hoo.
I have a few others, but I did not want to pull from them, as they're probably more of a monster than I am. Don't test.
I'm sorry, but it's exam day.
I love
You
it.
started.
What did he say?
I'm the
Hope you
teacher.
studied.
I
hope you studied.
I hate to break up this very intellectual dialogue, but we gotta actually like start walking.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got carried away with the banter.
Okay, well let's go. It's gonna start walking towards the building.
I'm gonna go
And
defensive
I
mode
assume
immediately.
Ashley, me, and
Hold
Athena
on,
are.
hold on. Ashley, what's in the building?
Around 3,000 weird abominations of some sort.
Not quite.
How big is
Most
this
of those
building?
are outside of the base of the building or at the bottom floor. Most of the building, this is about a shorter building. It's only maybe 30 stories or so. Is mostly devoid of heartbeats. Except for one near the top, almost by the roof.
Well, I know Elias is very particularly, so
He's by
I'll
the
say
roof.
Elias is
Nothing
on
else.
maybe near the roof.
Jeffrey.
There really isn't much inside the building, so I'd assume there'd be a ton of AIs in there. The rest are weird creatures that are surrounding the outside of it.
I'm still walking.
They're not humanoid
Mr.
things, by the way,
Fox?
guys. They are parts of things that shouldn't actually be able to move and live the way that they are right now.
Jeffrey's
It's
gonna call
cruel.
back. Almost sounds like a certain minotaur we fought.
Minotaur?
Ugh.
What Minotaur?
You weren't there.
Ashley says that
You
she's
weren't
walking
there.
with
Yeah,
the
you weren't there. I had to
When we
think about
first
that.
had our big powwow, yeah, not reunion, but I guess our
The
First
last
half
thing
all
Athena will
united.
do
Wait, we
is she'll
fought a
turn to
fucking
the general
minotaur?
and be like, any
Yeah.
available hero, send them to fight
I can
When we first
think
met
of
her.
two.
outside of the building.
see two already kind of moving towards your position. 3 actually. Solemn, Andor.
Woo!
Yes!
Fuck. Okay.
I'll allow him to kill him.
Song.
I don't care.
Okay, wait. Before we walk into this building, can we take a 5-minute break?
Yes, we will take our break.
Wait, we were actually
but,
fine.
but just before we take our break, let's have your conversation with
Oh, okay,
just them before we do anything. You see
I'm
Candor,
gonna-
Moon Calling, and Solemn. Both of them, all of them, not so much Candor, looking a little bit battered. They all-
Well, first heal.
Yeah. You see them look towards you and they appreciate the healing as well. You see Candor quickly say, "You going in?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
And
coming.
then
Well, half of us.
I'm gonna walk.
I'm going in.
I don't.
I'm gonna walk to Candle.
course you are.
And I'm
Don't do
gonna
anything stupid until we say so, okay?
No, do something stupid, actually.
We've got to
No.
take out those things around the building first.
What does Arya do? You approach Candor.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk to Candor and put a hands on. How tall is he compared to me?
Like triple your height.
He's about 3 to 4 feet taller than you.
Okay, I'm gonna use my wings to fly up so I can be at his eye level. And then I put hands on both his shoulders, and I'm gonna say, like out loud with this just his usual Arya smile, like, I never usually say this, usually to anyone, but I'm giving you full permission to kill him and chop his head off, so you're gonna have a great time.
Actually, you know what? That's fair.
What?
I'm gonna say rule.
very fair.
You're allowed to kill him unless they've been tortured by Morose.
I don't want this man to torture anyone anymore, so I give you permission to kill this one. No one else.
Hell yeah, rip his head off.
Dang.
And then rip his arms off.
Don't.
And then rip his legs off. And then rip him in half. And
You
then
do
burn
that
him.
too, Ian?
We're
I
definitely,
think we should start splitting off.
we're definitely with you. Assuming you all have a plan.
We have a little something. Ashley would say it very confidently. Because she knows Elias
think
is
there's too
listening right
many.
now, and she'd rather say it
Too
confidently.
Telepathic link. I'd post it in the chat.
And then Jeffrey relays our plan if possible.
Jeffrey explains it off to everyone, telling them of the plan, and then they all kind of think for a moment.
I will leave several of our party members out so that I can put all 3 of them and the general and Leo in the mind thing.
Dope.
You see the general says out loud now, I'll make sure the troops know what they're doing out here. And
Thank you.
I'll make sure our group, our misfit, are taken care of. Calling says to Andor and Solemn.
Thank you guys so much. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without you.
She kind of steps in front of both of them, pulls them into a hug, kind of. Both of them a little reluctantly, but they both oblige. Much as I want this, know you wanted more. He releases, kind of just.
Where's Medusa?
What was that?
He's looking at things, very happy.
Oh,
Could be.
tell her I
an
said
extra
hi.
It'd be really fun to put Medusa in front of Elias.
That would be really fun.
Ashley will say that out loud.
No, it's just
I
in
really
the
don't
telepathic
want-
link.
Please, but really don't. Safety.
No, I know. That's fair. I'm
Good
talking
child.
more about the upper hand she would have, is all. That would
But
be
she's
quite
still
enjoyable.
a little girl.
Ashley, you feel someone looking for other demons nearby, feeling your presence. You know that you've been spotted.
Something that's not Elias.
No, is Malak. But you.
Oh, okay.
But it feels of the way of another demon sensing another. You know that another demon is looking for.
Well, Elias is looking for us. We should start heading in.
Where do you want me?
Candor?
Assuming
You should stick around with us.
Yeah, no,
Actually,
with Jeffrey and Mop, he's one of the strongest. He'd be able to.
it might be amazing for you to be able to go up
See,
front with them.
he flexes and cracks his neck.
How about join the
Don't
competition? See what you do the
Underestimate
most
him, Candor. He hurts. You've already seen what he can do to your friends.
That's why he needs payback. Kind of looks over to where the dust storm is just guarded on the ground.
I was ignored.
I heard you.
I heard you.
Are we close enough to where... I was gonna say Mr. Monroe. Are we close enough to where Leo is?
He's in the telepathic
Like-
link with us.
Yeah, he's,
Oh,
he's
okay,
a little
cool.
bit farther back, but not much.
Okay.
Jeffrey started to walk
Because then
forward.
Ashley will make a note to look back and be like, Leo, do you sense that?
Yeah, you can't find me though. But
Oh,
Very dramatic.
lays down.
tough it up, guy. Come on.
Fucking
I'm just gonna give him like an ice pack.
don't. I would. Because
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah,
Sit
you
away.
should consider teaching.
And I just kind of just.
No. The fuck? I hate children.
Exactly. You should be like the dick teacher that everyone hates.
Sure, whatever. If I live, I'll do it.
He is the reason.
History in the making.
clip
Anyways,
that for
let's
Monday.
walk in.
So,
Hell yeah.
start walking towards the building. You see this trench where they're kind of just been kind of making chokeholds for these abominations. You see Shimmer Glimmer kind of just say, hi! And she's, hi, you guys.
It's been a while.
And she
I
just
yell
goes
hi
and just
back.
like laser blasts the entire ground with her shimmer beam. The pink energies.
Good job.
That's effective.
So,
She didn't hear me.
other heroes you recognize. You're in there. The others injured on the ground, dragged off or protected from the swarm. See a couple others, faces you're not able to see because they are just surrounded by these abominations, or formerly AI, torn to shreds. Some of them alive. Daniel winces as he hears a scream. You see a face in front of the jaw.
I will assume defense mode and stand as close to as many people as possible.
See the building before you, the tall, dark metal that was apparently the facade of a normal building you recognize as being one of the trade administration buildings downtown on the West End, now converted to the metallic fortress, moving bits of metal with the floors divide, windowsills once were, now spikes and turrets that lash out at targets. You see as a minor hero you don't quite know flies too close to a bunch of different living metal spears impale, drag him into
Yikes.
the moments now. See Candor kind of stepped to the front with Jeffrey and Mop. Stops maybe about 120 feet out. This is as close as we backing us.
Precog on the front three.
What about I put
Mop
out?
Jeffrey, right?
Yes.
What if I just like kapoo and then I push it forward?
Kapoo.
Floated towards the building, just shield.
Yes.
Yeah, as it does, these giant fist-like protrusions slam the wall, and I need you to roll a concentration or focus as they smash either side of the wall, threatening crush it like a simple can. Immediately,
17.
That's a yikes.
crushes even with a 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload because that was the second that one in a row.
The wall is now about paper thin.
That's right. I'll dismiss it. I think that proves that we're gonna need something to block those things from attacking us.
Doesn't do enough to hurt me. Can't block all of you.
I have a question. What if we can get in the building? Are the defenses just on the outside? Daniel could portal us in. We can put your
Well-
shield through the wall. Put your shield through the portal.
That's not the problem. The building itself will attack us, Athena. It is all living metal. Look at it.
We don't know anything about the inside, but we're a bunch of AI, I think.
What
They're out
about
of
Silver
commission.
Lady?
Silver Lady
looking.
said she took
You
care of
see
all the
she's-
AIs.
She's back a little
He
ways,
is going
just
to
arms
take it.
outstretched in this kind of angelic-like pose, just of metal just controlling everything.
Well then, I guess I'm gonna have to do something myself. And I'm gonna try to do a heroic action as soon as my shield goes.
I'm like,
Before
wait,
you do
what's
that,
here? Got him
however-
asleep here.
Let's take a little bit of a break here.
Okay.
Then we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so, and we'll finish this up, at least for what we're doing this week. Back in just a moment. Enjoy the art montage again. And
I'm a dog.
As we begin with Jeffrey's heroic action, did you say?
Yes, I'm making a heroic action.
Alrighty.
Now, I'm not doubting that the technology that we're going up against is more advanced than the one that we had in that underground laboratory place. However, back there, I was able to slow the technology with a combination of magnetism and freezing it. It wasn't able to stop it necessarily, but it gave us an opening to get through. I want to make sure that no matter if we have enemies coming towards us or what have you, I'm outstretched with both of my hands, and I'm going to attempt to make sure that the turrets, traps, and the doors to the buildings themselves are immobile using the techniques that I had from the laboratory.
Okay.
Is it
With advantage.
possible to assist?
He has advantage because of the precog.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'd get a +5 since this is a heroic action.
+6.
6 now, though.
Ooh.
It's
So, if you could roll me concentration or focus to start with.
Okay, here we go.
7. You see, as you're all starting or sitting at that 120-ish foot range, the building starts to kind of quake and groan, creak, as Jeffrey feels this immense weight and force, and the doors at the front of it shift open. Have an entrance go in.
He's walking forward, keeping both hands outstretched, very clearly concentrating.
As you do, one of the beams shoots out at you, but at a much, not an instant. It comes at you at a very quick speed, but it's something that all of you can see and react to as it.
I am not dropping concentration. I am not going to move.
See as Mop and or have an opportunity to step in front of you very easily. Buzz.
Bam.
Okay. Mop. As it shatters off and breaks and has to recoil and try again. On the other side, Candor punches a beam that's about as wide as his body with his fist. It shatters and splinters away before having to try to reform. Forward. Have a moment to rush quickly.
Sure.
All rush forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You all rush forward, heading inside. And as before the building's really able to recuperate and attack again, you're inside.
I fucking hate this shit. Goddamn.
You did
You
great.
did good, honey.
See, however, inside it's a very low lit, only lighting an occasional position. However, you see what at first appears to be a bunch of people frozen, still unmoving. Then you realize these are the powered off AIs. They all appear as eerie mannequin people
I'd give Jeffrey my flashlight.
standing in spots, looking at you but not seeing anything as they're at different points of movement. 2 of which were right by the door about to be opened. Others were grabbing weapons or using certain types of machinery. The way is clear, albeit cluttered by these still unmoving. Maybe about a few hundred of them. This large first floor. The lobby.
Just to ask, are the reason that they're not moving currently because of the Silver Lady, or because of my heroic action?
You would assume because of the Silver Lake,
Okay.
but you don't know for sure.
Still, the fact that they're not moving is a fact. So, with that, we're probably going to head up, right?
See that there, the most readily there's elevators, however there are stairs farther away.
I think
Round
we're gonna
two.
learn from our mistakes here and take the stairs.
Yeah.
We're adapting.
Oh yeah.
Pandora and Mop directly in front of Jeffrey. Ian in the center. Who would be taking the rear?
I'm next to Ian, and I'm
next
not
to Jeffrey.
putting myself in any position that would detriment myself, especially since I'm pinging Elias Morose and I know exactly.
So Elfin, Tasma, and Daniel are in the back.
Yep.
I think that'd be accurate.
So,
Honestly, I'll probably be walking backwards a bit.
okay,
Just
kind of
like
keeping an eye
Watching.
behind
Yeah.
Yep.
you.
We're all on edge. We're all watching.
Ashley can feel Elias as you enter the building. Get up and begin to move downwards.
He's coming downstairs.
Hmm.
Do we wait for him?
I think he means to meet us.
Well, let's do that then. Are we in the stairwell yet?
You just had gotten over to the stairs. He is a good number of floors above you, as he's at the top and you guys at the bottom.
Is this like a spiral staircase? Granted, without.
It's like one of those spiral staircases, but they're square. Go
Yes.
up,
Yes.
Flat, up, flat, up, flat, up, flat, up.
If I stand in the direct center, can I see the ceiling at the top?
You can, just.
Hey, Daniel, you mind popping a portal there, maybe?
Yeah. Has one of
Jeffrey,
the top
going
ones.
first.
Step through. Everybody else does as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're dropped, feeling on the top. Feel that searching again on you. And Elias
He's
turns.
looking.
He was about to come.
She'll get really tense, but assume fighting position towards that door.
You all see that the handle turned down about. It lets go.
Ashley's holding her breath.
Jeffrey's opening the door.
Keeping precog on Jeffrey.
The Elias very quickly backed away, very quiet.
Where'd he
See,
go?
as he does,
Oh, he's still there.
you can
Got
see
it.
him, and he smashes all the lights with a very quick volley of shots come off from a cannon. Dark. They flicker for a second as the sparks fall around in front of him and behind him. You can see that there's slightly blue glow to the eyes of an almost black color. Like
I have night vision.
see it in shades of night vision. The candle tense. You feel him about to bolt.
Plan hasn't changed.
Wait.
Then I should wait.
For the right opportunity to strike?
Jeffrey's gonna walk forward, and he's going to attempt to heat any metal objects in the room. I don't know what the room is exactly, but things like, I don't know, light covers or lamps or desks that may have metal in them in order to make it a little less
I
dark.
thought we were on the roof.
You're not on the roof, you're on the floor
No,
below
we're-
it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You see that as you do a bunch of different things, sparks stop falling. A bunch of things in the room. Oh, doorknobs. Backs of some of the chairs. Few desks. All glow. Soft.
You know, if you wanted to like fight us, you don't have to do it in the dark.
I thrive.
Yeah, and I see in the dark, so
How very wonderful for you.
I just
Jeffrey's gonna try to walk forward towards the voice.
See, as you do, you can kind of just see his outline. like the light reflecting in a silhouette off his skin. Shifting. Mop, were you gonna say something?
Can I just like throw a water tornado at the wall to break it? More natural light.
You throw it behind you or to the side?
Anywhere where I wouldn't hit anybody, but
Okay.
still would like destroy the wall.
As it bursts
All
off,
that
where
light's coming in.
the light and some of the debris come in, and as the whole room lights up, at least on
I'm
the
sorry.
one half.
This is actually a really cool thing. So there's like melted metal tables, and then the entire side of the wall is broken through, and there's just
Wind.
Elias Rose in the middle of the room.
It's like, well, fuck, there goes my dark plan.
One
Yeah.
thing you notice, he kind of sneers at what Mop does. It goes back to that kind of smug smile, very wide smile that stretches a little bit too far across his face.
Stay away
Just
from that.
how
It's like a
how big
smile.
is the room?
The room.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh no, maps.
The room.
Oh, it's not big at all.
Where is we?
You be coming up here. Hold on, let me.
So you
he was
wanna
over
put our
here,
token
over here, and this wall is broken off.
Oh, that's some fucking sick ass lighting right there.
Do you want us to put our tokens down?
Good if you'd like.
I'm going into metal form, Harden.
You notice that he hasn't actively attacked any of you.
Which is why I'm preemptively going into metal form, Harden.
Are you
I'm keeping my precogs.
scared of me? Free? Feel unsafe?
I just want my teeth when I'm done with this.
Be lucky if
Knowing Jeffrey's plan, I'm gonna slowly fly back.
Hey,
No.
Elias, I got a question. Do you
Yes,
think your
Swan.
head is more of a mantelpiece or like a prized possession?
Trophy.
I personally consider it prized possession.
Okay. You look great in my trophy room then.
Where is
Jeffries.
your dog, Athena? I was so
Around.
interested in saying hello and giving.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of shoulders coming up uncomfortably high, almost to the point of like above his ears by his eyebrows, lifting almost out of their sockets. Kind of, and he takes a step back. What are you waiting for?
I want to whisper something to Athena. Athena. As soon as Jeffrey attacks, I'll need your help. I'll need you to somehow transfer La Nina's demon sense onto me, if possible.
I can try.
Jeffrey speaks up. Mop, Candor, we need to break down these walls so that she has line of sight. Do it quickly.
Oh, okay.
Jeffrey's going to attempt to run through the walls now in his metal form and bash through them, going
Actually,
in
an Arya should
lines
take
such
just one
as
step
this.
Oh, I meant to do that. I'm behind Ian, and will stay behind Ian intentionally this entire time.
Arya should also take just one step forward.
As you do.
Okay.
Column links in.
Eh.
Hell yeah.
Really quickly, just because I might have missed it. Were we waiting for Jeffrey to be the first one to hit?
Necessarily.
Okay, cool.
Elias is kind of gauging it out, looking at.
I'm trying to get you a better line of sight since there's so many walls.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
cool.
just gonna like just start
Shit
just
ton of walls.
destroying walls randomly.
I have a line of sight, so I'm gonna do inspired action, and this might start battle, but too fucking
Well,
bad.
before we fully do any of it, Roll the initiative. Or
I want to do my inspired action first.
Can.
Oh, okay.
As Mop and Jeffrey are destroying wall as well as Candor, I was going to have it.
Wow.
Hey, Daniel!
I didn't roll horrible for Daniel.
Me and Daniel get to go at the same time.
Oh wait, hang on. You and Daniel are going at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, guess what?
My fucking god, it worked out perfectly.
I think I might want to go with you guys.
Yes! The 13 rolls!
Alright, roll your initiative and change it to 13. Put it at the top of it.
How do I
Dude, what a
change
cool
to 13?
ability.
You click on your number after you roll.
You click on your number, yeah. You could always change your number.
Okay. Oh, there's.
Plus
That was Daniel. That was not you.
I gotcha.
So click on Daniel's and change
I
it
got
to
it.
13.
Thank you. I forgot that I was clicked on Daniel instead of Ian. Oh hey, level 23. It was a problem. I fixed it.
Oh fuck.
Good job.
Get,
That's I was really bad.
Guys, I don't think I'm ready.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either, but
I'm ready.
I say I'm ready, but I'm really not, ever.
I'm actually ready. Again, I had to know. I had to know, is he more of a mantelpiece or like trophy room?
Roll their initiative.
I rolled all the ones I have to roll on my end.
Okay, yeah.
It's a short initiative roll compared
know,
to
it's so
all
weird.
the other battles we've had.
Compared to Monday.
Monday
Oh,
as well.
boy.
Oh my god. Or the Usicha fight, there were 40 initiatives. 40.
That's what I'm saying. All the other battles are so long and when I can actually fit on my screen.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Wait, you don't just minimize it so that it shows the one person? Let's
No,
go.
I like seeing them all at once. I'm a weirdo.
I just
I like to see
the next
who's
four.
gonna go up. Yeah, who's gonna go up.
Alright, Ashley, to kick things off.
My inspired action.
Your inspired action is
I am going to roll inspired action again because I like to keep it clean. And sorry. And then I'm going to be very basic this. No, I'm not. I'm going to
You good, Carol?
I need to
Caroline,
figure out how to
.exe
explain
is
this. I'm so
exhausted.
sorry.
I know, she stopped functioning, she stopped moving and everything. I was like, Carol, did you freeze?
I'm sorry. I'm going to. It's a dark hallway.
light is coming in. from
He's
this direction.
he's backing up into the shadows intentionally.
Yes.
I don't sense any other creature,
No,
blood
nothing
creatures in this vicinity.
on this floor, nothing really below you except for a good bit of distance.
Okay. I think I'm going to try to do. Oh, I have 5 actions already. I might not have to do an inspired action. I might just have to do an action.
Okay.
But this is what she'd want to do. Because it will help us out through. Oh, okay. I guess I will do an inspired action, and I'm going to do I am going to do my inspired action is going to be I'm going to hit him with all of my action points with my bloodshot, and any or all of them I'd want them to be able to gain a critical artery so that they can have multiple
Opportunities
moments to stun.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that. Roll your 5 attack.
I have advantage on him because of my blood mark. Okay. Also, I get vindictive damage because I have advantage on him. Granted, I'm not trying to do this for damage, although damage would be lovely. I'm doing this mainly so that I can see if I can get the critical artery off in general.
Gotcha.
Okay.
First one is a crit. Good start.
That's a nice start.
The vindictive damage and then the critical artery. With the DC of 24.
Because you have to roll. Hold on, before you go on to the next attack.
Or mental. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go one by one. Sorry.
He just saves the first critical artery. He rolled a 24.
Okay.
Excellent.
What the fuck? What the fuck? If there was any moment that I needed to be nat 20 twice in a row, it's now.
I'm almost convinced that Caroline's cheating.
I am not.
He failed the save on the stun, so he is stunned at this point for his first turn.
My other ones get to go off?
You can still get an attack that he just...
4 other attacks off?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You still get the attack, they're just not going to stun because they're already stunned. So.
Double stun.
Yeah.
Keep rolling that 20 count.
You cannot stack stuns, I'm sorry.
What?
That is,
we can't stun lock people.
You can stun lock people, but you have to restun them. Alright.
30.
Nice.
Fucker, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright. Yep. We're banning Caroline. She's cheating.
Let me know which one's hit, and then I'll roll the vindictive damage for you.
Carol secretly works for roll 20.
25.
But it gets all the net 20s.
She's got advantage.
She has advantage. Or the 25
So 30.
is a 30 hits. So all those hits. So throw 2 more of those. Let me...
One of those was really good.
Let me take that out a good chunk of health.
523 by my count.
3. I'll trust you. Immediately, as Mop and Jeffrey, you said you were going this way. Start breaking some wall.
Yes, that's correct.
How did this aspect of the wall go away? Was this part of the water tornado?
Mop.
'Cause I thought you did it here.
It's a fucking
Not
tornado. That's
this
all
one.
I got to say.
It's a tornado. It bursted down the entire wall. There's tons of light coming
He
in from
hit
there.
here, but this whole side just came off with the impact.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, as Ashley, you step forward, Ashley, all landing into him, clutching. You see, he clutches at his neck as a bunch of them pierce.
He's stunned.
You see, as he's kind of coughing at it, as all the pierces, no blood comes out, but this ink starts dripping. As he grins at you, the ink dripping down his teeth. Crying.
You can't scream while being stunned. Fuck you, Elias Morose.
It's a grimace more than anything.
I know. I'm just
Well
saying.
done, Aria. It is
Epic.
I was just told to stay back and heal.
Last
But no
resort.
one needs yeah.
Aria has some range. Do some damage.
Yeah, as of right now, no one needs a healing.
Don't worry
So
about
I'm gonna just right now.
I need to be
I'm gonna no, that's not where I wanted. The one right across. There we go. Cause this roll's broken anyway. So I'm gonna fly kind of more to be on top, or not on top, but like on Candor's shoulders, so my head is just avoiding him.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt you, even though I can't. And where is my sheet? There it is. And
Okay. They don't like your computer because they don't want to load.
yeah,
but they'll get
my
there.
Google froze. Yeah,
What do you- there we go.
there it goes.
25 and a 33 and a 30. Another net. You guys are fucking
And he's
cheaters.
stunned.
He is going to use his
Legendary
reaction.
sweetness.
He's going
Wow,
to use
he's
it.
stunned.
He is going
stunned.
to use a reaction to resist the stun, negate it, so he has a chance to actually save things.
Ow!
You can't use your reaction to negate the stun. You're stunned.
After you're already
If
stunned.
there's a,
You're already stunned.
He has the ability
Clearly-
that allows him to resist stuns, but he can only do them a number of times using 2 of his inhuman reactions that he no longer has for the rest of the fight.
Ooh.
So,
Remember
st-
that this is a boss.
He did use a boss. You did stun him, which did make him have to use 2 of these points, which are very valuable. He only has so many. Keep that in mind. It was
So
a
he
very
still
well
kicked
ability,
ass.
and you forced his resources out immediately. He didn't even have a chance to do anything, despite having a high initiative. So I think it was still a very good use, even if it doesn't stun. And these, one of them is definitely gonna fucking hit, unless he natural 20s also. He dodges the first one.
Knowing
The
you,
second
though.
one he does not. And the last one he doesn't. So the last 2 hit.
106.
As his body gets rocked, the ink from the sound blasting out behind him and splattering on the ground, his hair whipping back as he fights to resist the stun, still getting hit by most of that blast. It is now
And then
his
I'm
turn.
gonna pat Candor's head, say thank you, and then fly back over here.
As
And that's it.
The whole reason was so that he didn't have a.
I know. But it's his turn. He is going to survey his options. Sees that Jeffrey's on one side, sees that Mop's on the other. Eyes get a horrible grin as he locks on Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, I need you to make first a defense, dodge, or toughness, and then an ingenuity, mental, or speech plea.
He still has precog.
He still has precog. Yes, he does. You save.
Actually, from that
against
distance,
first
you
attack.
can't see him.
And what does the second thing look like?
Oh yeah, he does not have advantage,
can't
but he
see
saved
him.
regardless. Because of your
Nice.
angle, he is behind a wall.
Oh, okay.
Only we destroyed that
I
one.
thought he
Oh.
destroyed that wall.
Oh, so apparently Thea isn't able to bitch slap this one away. Okay, fine, fuck you. I see how it is.
Or she doesn't want to.
You fucking bitch. You buy
He however does he makes both saves just fine, as you see as Elias, his body, a cannon comes out of his arm, his wrist changing, and you see this inky spear blast out in Jeffrey's direction, homing in on his direction as Jeffrey makes his body already hardened, just flex off his shoulder and digs into the ground, making a small sliver of a hole. Second one, Jeffrey, you feel this presence and this dark laughter admit around the room, but you just shrug it off.
I've had practice.
Elias, however, seeing that didn't work, he's going to step this way, back, a little bit, cutting off some line of sight from and ending his. As Phantasma, it is your turn. Meaning
Okay.
you're on deck, then Jeffrey.
Who wants to do that, eh? Theoretically, if I'm here, I would still be able to see him.
Believe just barely, yes.
All right. So let's do. I want to hold a heroic action.
Okay.
So basically, what I want to do, as soon as Athena provides me with the vision to the demon sense, in order to sense where exactly that demon is residing in Morose, what I want to do is I want to immediately. I think I should be able to make it. Yeah, with a movement and a ghost stride, I should be able to make it here.
Okay.
And basically what I want to do is I want to concentrate a black pillar, like, but instead I want to do this a little differently. Instead of having the whole 20 feet radius, I want to concentrate it into just a singular 5 feet radius that points directly towards Morose, and I want to try to absorb as much of the shadows from his demon as possible.
Okay. Okay, so you're moving up and holding where the demon sense go. All right, we will continue with that heroic action if Athena is able to do that on her turn. Speaking of that, it is now Athena's turn.
There we go. Inspired action. I wanna, because we've already had this demon sense thing before. So I want to like kind of briefly like poke at Ashley's mind and try to like boost that so that everyone.
You guys have had heartbeat sense before. Demon sense is very, very different.
Very different, yeah.
Heartbeat sense is just the blood and hearts that you guys already have. You guys don't have demons, and it's demons that sense other demons.
It could be possible, but if it's so, it'll be a bit difficult.
No, I'm just letting Athena know this, that she's never done this before.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought it was the
And that
heartbeat
you have to
sense
think
that-
about this. Yeah, you have to think about this demon-wise, not heartbeat-wise.
Okay, then Athena would not do that because she's never done that before. So she would just tell Ashley, Phantasma needs your demon sense. Because she doesn't know how to do that.
Okay.
But I will still use, I will still use the inspired action, and I'm gonna. Shit, I don't know where I want to go. Come over here next to Mop.
Okay.
And I want to put precog on everybody.
Okay, using inspired action to put precog on everyone.
Yeah, hold a precog to put on Elias Moreau's when I see him.
Okay.
What does precog give us again?
Gives you guys advantage. Advantage.
Him disadvantage.
I have double advantage.
All right, but
It wasn't for you,
You
but-
can do that. You can put a precog on him if he comes into your view. El Phantasma, however, you do not get to activate your heroic action, but I will not make it so you lose the
heroic action.
The heroic action.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to do that.
That's fine. So could I inspired action it instead?
You could
and still attempt to do it.
You will lose your turn because you do not get what the thing is, but you will not lose the ability to use the heroic action come around again. Because of the miscommunication,
So it's a
inability to do
hold
that.
of an inspired action.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, you don't lose anything from it. You just don't get to turn, unfortunately. From what you were intending, doesn't have the ability to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, because I think I'd have to pull that from Sadie, and Sadie doesn't like me, so.
Yeah, and to help El Phantasma, not happening.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, it is your turn.
That's pretty great. I like having my turn.
I need walls.
What? Really? Me too.
I don't. Anyone want to take my turn from me?
I could totally do it. I could play great Ashley.
Sorry, I've been really debating on what I wanted to do. Is it possible that I can break down a wall using just a regular ability check?
You could probably, in your hardened form, just walk through the wall.
Okay.
I don't recommend walking on
What
the
are you,
exterior
1,000
wall.
pounds of metal? I feel like it could happen.
Yeah, the walls
Right,
on
but
the
I
interior
want
don't
to
really matter to
clarify.
you right now.
Okay. Regardless, I don't think I can move that far towards him, but I want to just make sure for clarity's sake. I guess for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk forward here,
Okay.
and I'm going to hold a heavy metal bat attack for when he goes into my range.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh boy.
So, I believe that will end your turn for now.
The triple
Correct.
threat.
As you moved up into position, wielding the bat, getting it out, he's going to use a reaction before it gets to you. And he is going to.
Illegal.
Didn't he already use all his reactions?
Well, he did
has
use a reaction,
inhuman reaction
but he's
point.
using a second reaction to get a reaction back, using a inhuman reaction point. Then
But he had to use 2 of his inhuman reaction points to get out of
Yeah,
my...
but
using
Yes,
one
but
reaction.
you can
like
get
an
another
8.
reaction. You can use a reaction point to get a reaction.
Yes, and then he's going to use that reaction to then use a different ability, which I will explain if it comes to it. And then it is now Ian's turn.
Okay, so Ian is going to. He's actually not going to do much with this turn.
Okay.
He's just gonna. He's actually just gonna go here,
Okay. moving
stay
up
in
to Ian.
defense mode, and then hold pulse rifle for if Elias comes within range.
Again, just be able to. No, not. You'd have disadvantage
No,
on
there's
it.
a whole corner.
Yeah. You'd have disadvantage, and Elias would have a +2.
Yeah,
You almost.
that's why I'm holding it.
All right. As now you as Daniel then.
Daniel also doesn't have much to do here.
Yeah, they're kind of holding. That's fine. It's good to hold some actions at the beginning. even if
So
they're not
actually,
used.
what Daniel's gonna do, however, is Daniel's actually gonna come to a more central position. He's gonna come over to Phantasma here. I think he can make it. What's his movement? 30. So that's, yeah, he's good there. And he's gonna hold heavy healing tap. He can actually. You can hold only 2, right?
I believe you guys can hold.
Okay, well, if possible, then he'll do heavy healing touch, which is 4. And
Gotcha.
if that's the case, I would be holding a heavy pulse
Good.
rifle.
Hold up to 3 action points, yes.
Right, that ends Daniel's turn. Actually,
Yeah, now you know how I feel.
okay to hold
break
things.
this
It's okay.
stupid wall.
This
Break
wall is
the
stupid.
wall.
I'm gonna do an inspired action.
Okay. See it?
Fuck walls, am I right?
Yeah.
So because I am superior in this situation to walls, in the fact that I have a blood mark on him, I am going to use that blood mark the way that I hurt Medusa a long time ago. And I'd like to blood burst Elias Moreau via blood mark ability only, and not actually needing to have a line of sight to hurt him.
Okay. So, using
Give
the
me a
blood
second.
mark that you have to attempt to stun, or is it just to hurt him?
Well, if I do it, I can use my reaction to stun if it succeeds anyways, because that's just the ability.
Gotcha.
But I'd like to.
Keep your blood mark.
What?
Keep your blood mark.
No, yeah, I'm not using I'm using the blood mark because I have the advantage of already knowing.
Oh, it doesn't take the blood mark to do the ability.
Take the blood mark.
Okay, cool.
It's because I was even able to have the blood mark on him that I would like to use this inspired action to attack him without actually being able to see him via bursting his critical artery and then seeing if I can hurt and stun him.
Okay. For this, just roll me a heavy blood shot, and we'll take that as the burst, and then we'll see if it can stun along with it through the wall.
I would like to ask, since I have 5 action points, can I use all of my action points to blood burst him and see if I'm able to?
Yeah. Let's use not the heavies then, just 5 normal ones.
Okay.
Without the
It's
vindictive
better anyway.
damage here, just because not a traditional attack, so I'm not going to be giving you that in this. But we will see if they hit. I mean,
Carolyn?
Today's the day. If you're gonna roll well, I guess today's the day to do it. I suppose. Let's see.
And she has precog on her too.
Yep.
Dude, I already had advantage, but thanks!
First
I don't know
one
if
hits. The second one, not.
So just like lots of blood bursts happening inside of him right now.
The 31 does not hit. The 36, that was a natural 20, which hits. And the last natural 20, he did not natural 20 against it, also hits. So,
that's 189.
189.
So 3 of them hit?
3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 3 attempts here.
So 3 attempts at the critical artery here.
Saves the first attempt, second attempt, and the third attempt. Did not get stunned this time.
Oh, come
But
on!
his blood, you hear this as this blood burst out from on him on the other side, but not blood. This ink.
Ashley's chuckling. So if you guys heard the Elias Moreau's grunting, you could look back and see Ashley has done something. And I had my turn. Wait, I might move. Terrified to move forward. Come on! Ashley's got big balls.
No, she doesn't.
Big cajones.
Caroline doesn't. Ashley has big ass balls. She is a very confident gal here. She's gonna get near Ian.
So Candor is going to charge forward now that Ashley's turn is over. Use 2 action points to rush up to Elias.
What a Chad.
And then you hear as he goes by, people calling out to Morose. You're dead!
That's fair. Yeah.
He gets 2 attacks, rolling a 35 and a 41.
Yeah, that's fair.
Arya gave him the go ahead.
You have Arya permission to get killed.
Let's do this.
The first attack, for the people that can see it, he's a big right hook wielding at him. You see Elias Morose just smiles and a hand whips up and catches it.
Inhuman reactions.
Oh gosh.
The second one, however, catches him right in the gut, the other hand.
Yes!
And he drops the other one for 41 damage. He natural 20, the first save,
Nice.
that's why.
Nice.
Yay!
He only did 2 hits?
He used 2 action points to get over there, so he's only able to do 2 hits as opposed to 3.
He only has 4 action points?
Well, also his heavy, he has 5 action points. He did 2
Okay, I was
heavies
gonna
and
say.
1 normally, but this one he had to use
Okay.
2 action points, so he did 1 heavy and 1 normal, using 3 out of the 5.
Okay.
The Solemn, who has already stealthed into darkness. He's not sure if he's stealthed or not, but he glides up around this way, going over here, and using a couple more action points to get back this way. And you see that this bolt of necrotic energy fires off from his hand. Using,
He has advantage.
Yes, he does. He's using a heavy. He is using a normal death blast, rolled a 33. He has advantage on this because he is hidden. Morose dodge, which he saved actually. Elias Morose, you see, turns behind him and just bends his body and arches as it goes just underneath him. So, Solemn going to just move out of the way of the doorway, and then there, unfortunately. Now Mop's turn. Arya being next.
I don't like walls.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually terrified right now.
The true final boss.
The
walls.
The room.
The walls.
The walls are closing
You have
in.
advantage.
I'm working on it here.
You're muted.
Donna, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
Again.
I fucking knew that. Anyways, I'm trying to think. Yeah, okay. Hard action.
Alrighty.
Okay. First thing I want to do, obviously, just fucking Karate Kid kick through this wall right here.
Okay.
Breaking it down.
And I say, Morose, you don't know it, but I already figured out your weakness.
Kind of raised and an
Pause,
easy
and I
eyebrow.
pause for dramatic effect.
Okay.
And that is motherfucking swans.
What?
Fucking heavy ice sculpt.
Oh god. What? So ice swans at the fucking. Alright. Okay.
Diner, I told you.
We're going to beat Elias Morose with sculptured ice swans, guys.
I told the man to pursue his dreams.
So what I want these swans to do is just fucking the swarm of swans, just fucking running at them, and as they get to him, literally just form and basically like trap him,
okay. Swarm him
form
and keep him from
into
moving
like his
as
legs
easily.
and like trap him in into place, like ice grapple, I guess.
Gotcha.
And I'd like to. Can I hold an action during an inside action? or is that not possible?
Not
Because like,
why? What were you attempting? Depends.
what I want to do is, if he breaks free, I just want to roll something to just like as the shards are flying back, I want to just force them back and keep him there.
You can certainly try to keep it active if they're destroyed or if he gets away. Roll me a concentration or focus.
We're
As well
going
as
to
his,
beat
as well as
Elias
his strength.
Morose with pretty geese, guys. This is the best.
Swans, not geese.
I said pretty geese.
There's still a difference.
Untitled Swan game. This is. Okay, and roll me a strength as well.
Swans can be motherfuckers too, though. Swans are cocky.
I want a better one.
Swans will fuck you
That's
up.
better.
Hey!
30 and a 16. You're able to pull out a couple swans. Roll me another ice sculpt. Heavy ice sculpt along with this. So you see that the first swan, as it comes towards him, it's not really catching hold, but the other one is starting to kind of hold him into place a little bit around one of his legs at the very least, and doing that 74 force damage. Well done so far. One.
Attack of the ice geese.
Is he grappled with one?
He is
ice
grappled,
one?
and his speed is reduced to 0 at the moment.
Motherfucking swans, baby.
Swan.
Arya, it is your turn.
Hi. So did I hear? I heard when Kandor yelled, right? So I have a pretty good assumption of where he is. Morose is at least beside the wall. Okay. Just I'm checking radiuses here. All right, cool. I'm last resort. No,
Good radius check.
15 fucking foot radius check. Yeah, I guess I'll last resort right here.
Yeah, last resort. All right, so I'm gonna.
Anyway.
No. I'm gonna sound calm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it on Kandor because I know he can take it. That's why I know, because I know he can take it.
Cool.
He just meets that save.
That's fair.
Have you always had this ability?
Yeah, I just never use it.
It's just because it's hard. It's just hard to use.
Yeah.
When we're all
When when everyone's around the enemy.
And you know what?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Alright. I have my wings popped up and everything. My ruler is not working. I want to move like. Let's see. Wait, I need to do math on this. Wait, okay, I'm sorry.
Math is hard.
It is very hard. Okay, I'm gonna take that.
Imagine
risk.
being good at math.
Right?
Oh no, I have reach. Okay, I need to plop myself next to Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Okay.
Wait, no shit, never mind. That's not even gonna work. Never mind. Yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay. Fair enough. It is now Elias's turn, beaten and battered fairly quickly at the start of the round, and the inspired action that kicked it off, as well as other people rushing in and attempting different things. Kandor up close to him, a swan accosting his leg. He is going to hold his ground for now.
Oh.
And
That's more scary than doing something.
you see as he raises his arm, you see a wall of inky flames start to burst up out of the ground. As he draws a shape with his hand, it mimics it on the ground around you. Hold on, let me just get the
It's a
representation.
pentagram.
Uh-oh.
You see,
It's gonna be a pentagram. Let's fucking watch.
this area here comes a fully opaque wall of inky flame that goes up to the ceiling.
Okay, you said.
Absorb.
Absorb is the reaction. Are you going to
Absorb.
absorb.
Right, let's see. Absorption
It
damage.
doesn't work. I'll use
It
a
is-
puddle's luck.
You can
Loose matter. Loose matter.
you'd
That's
have
a
to use
very loose
You'll have
term.
to use a puddle's luck. 18 was not enough.
Let's go. I have one more.
No.
You want to use one more?
Man, I
Cut
really
your
want this
losses.
to work for like the first time. Like this is my first time using it.
Oh, Caro, just something.
What?
Your
I have-
camera went
Oh,
wonky.
well, no, that doesn't
Camera
work.
looks fine to me.
Unfortunately, it does not work this time. I'm sorry. It was a hard roll to beat in the first place. 18 was a decent attempt, and it was close. You feel it trying to pull in.
If we have precog and advantage, does he have advantage?
Yeah, was he able to roll that multiple times?
Because theoretically we do
Because he
have
has
advantage because of
roll 3 more
inspired
times.
action.
3 more times?
Because you
Yeah,
have
at least.
advantage on all those
Rolled it
rolls.
3 times.
Nope.
Nah.
It's a hard
I'm
roll.
sorry. Fucking Ashley still on a nat 20, so what am I gonna do?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We don't
Sorry,
have to
I
do
rolled
anything.
a
It's the
nat
action.
He did
show today.
500 and something damage first turn. I
Honestly-
have no complaints.
Yeah, I don't have any fucking complaints because I got to do swans.
So you are unable to absorb it, however, as you try to, the wall comes up and you cannot see through it. And it feels solid, but there's only a slight heat that comes off of it. You see, as he does, he has not finished his turn there. You cannot hear what's going on, but you hear a grunt of pain that's from Candor.
Uh-oh.
No! But I'm the healer! I can't see the fucking usurpers!
Right. That ends Elias's turn at the moment. El Phantasmo, you.
We have a lot
Alright.
of the healers.
So let's see. Move 10 feet up so I can actually see into the room.
You cannot see into the room. You need to pay attention.
We can. Oh.
Wall
So we
of
can't
fire.
see. Oh, okay.
It's opaque. It's a black wall in front of us. It is
That's why I
not
also
something we
described
can
it.
see
Even if you did
through.
not know the word opaque, I said you could not see through it, and it seems solid.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's the one. I heard the solid part. I didn't hear
It's
the.
like smog.
Smog,
That's it.
okay.
Zero visibility smog.
Seems solid.
Seems fairly solid. You don't know if it's solid. Nobody's tested it. Nobody's tried to go through it or throw anything through it.
All right. Let's use an inspired action.
Okay.
All right. So basically, what I want to do is I want to sense Andor's shadow,
Okay.
and I want to summon a phantom link into it, and be able to swap in there.
Okay. You can do that. No problem.
Boop. And let me get my phantom. How many action points would I have left after
I
that?
would say how many is it? It's 1 to summon a phantom. It's normally a reaction to swap. So I'm gonna say. use
No, a swap it takes a 1 action as well.
Okay. So then you say you use 2 action points. You have 3 left.
3 left. Okay. Let me use my movement. Get like 30. Boom. That's a good distance. Boop. I'm gonna use another action to summon another phantom.
Okay.
Boop. And let's use my last action. I don't know if he's still gonna be able to see me or not, but turn invisible.
Okay. They're unable to be seen at the moment. Okay. That ends your turn for now. Athena, your turn.
How long would you say we've been in this fight?
About 18 seconds.
Cool. I put telepathy on everyone before we came in the building.
Yeah.
I still have senses on Candor, Phantasma, and Solemn because
You
they
don't
were the
have
3.
senses, you can sense their thought.
I can
Uh-huh.
sense their thought. That's all I need. Because basically, I want to do exactly what I did with Duststorm, except it's going to be easier because I already have a contact to their mind, and I want to use an inspired action and activate Clairvoyant.
Okay. Fair
So
enough.
it hits on them.
Who has the plus 10?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey has the plus 10. Alright.
Wow.
And then, can I also put precog?
I'm gonna say to put it through the wall of E Flyer. I'm not gonna say you have the ability
Okay,
to precog
okay.
this turn.
That's fine.
Oh, that will end your turn at the moment. Jeffrey, feeling empowered from the clairvoyance, seeing things happen before they do. Your turn.
Well, I think I knew where Candor was before he put off the big wall thingy, right? Okay. I'm gonna attempt. This might be an inspired action, but we'll see. I'm gonna first off move towards him 25 feet, so I can get to him there since I can move through walls, right?
Yes. Before you are able to fully get there, I need you to roll me a toughness first. See if you can get through.
Okay.
Which is a 33. And then I need you to roll me a mental.
Okay.
Mental is 16 only. You pass through the wall, but you are stunned right there. As you pass through it, the misery, every little moment in your past, things that you
If I
thought
see
you
this-
pushed away.
Oh, well, it probably won't help afterwards.
It
But
is.
you
It
can.
already has ended his turn, however.
Okay.
He is stunned until
Okay.
the end of his next turn. You could feel that, Athena, and make it so only his turn is ended and his next turn isn't wasted. If you'd
Yeah.
wanted to. So using a mental wall
Mental wall.
reaction. Okay.
Yep.
So Jeffrey, you did lose the end of your turn and were unable to go through, fortunately, but you are not stunned on your next turn.
That's
Right. Ian.
Hi.
Ooh.
How are you? So here's the plan. I just need to make sure that I'm not. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I'm not cheating by accident.
Okay.
So, why go through the fire when we can go around the fire?
Yeah, I think
So-
you're going into your
The
speed
plan
mode
is-
temporarily.
So there's mode switches going on here.
Yep.
So obviously the first one we're gonna go. We're actually gonna go flight mode
Flight mode.
because it's a bit.
The speed mode is the fastest.
Is it?
Yeah, roll speed mode and I'll explain. I know there's a lot on your new sheet. With this mode, Ian has double his movement advantage on all dodge saving throws and has 2
I
extra
see.
action points. So you can basically those 2 extra action points can be used as a movement. All incoming damage is doubled due to Praetorian speed over anything else. Additionally, Ian can take the dash action and doesn't naturally provoke opportunity attacks. It's supposed to be a dash action with 1 action point. I have a spelling error or a sentence structure failure. So you can take
Okay.
the dash action. So you
This
can
makes more sense.
You could move your double your movement speed, which your movement speed is on the ground is 45 or 30.
45, yes.
So you can move 90 naturally. You can then use 1 action point to move another 90, and then another action point to move another 90.
Yeah. So I
only-
can get over here
With
easy.
with a lot of action points remaining.
What would it be to break through a wall?
It would be an athletics. It'd be a little
Okay,
tougher
so-
in your speed mode because you're not Praetorian.
No. So here's what I do, right? Since I have a lot of, I get over here with 90, dash, right, with 1 action, then swap over to combat,
Okay.
go through the wall, which is,
It's easy enough to do in combat mode.
yeah, and then I can get over here, and then I want to cyborg time,
Cyborg slash.
heavy if
Okay.
possible. Actually, wait a minute. Since I have so many switches. Sorry, I'm playing. What I'm gonna do is, since I get over there, I'm gonna go focus mode to see how many heavy cyborg slashes I can do, and then as
Are
I'm
you thinking
slashing,
with
switch
modes?
back into combo.
All right. Roll me a concentration or focus in focus mode. You're swapping
Okay.
over.
Concentration.
That would be a
+4.
29.
As if I had advantage.
Go over here, break through, swap to focus mode, break through again, swap back to combat mode, and then you're swapping to defense mode at the end, or you can only swap 3 times.
I don't. It says 4.
4 times.
And I technically have used all of them, so I'll just have to stay in combat.
Okay. Roll your attacks. Let's roll 3 heavies.
Well, yeah. Oh, if only I had. Wait, it's combat mode. I have advantage.
Combat mode has advantage.
Crit!
Dickhead! What the fuck?
We're gonna have like.
Before the session
We were
started,
terrified.
I wrote to.
What demon did you make a deal with in real life?
Well, I wrote a letter to Roll20, and I was like, you can have my soul if I roll good tonight.
My God, all of us.
Okay, that's 457 for the 2 nat 20s.
Dude, that's so good.
They, the last one didn't hit, however, but the rest of them fucking. He's not looking so good as Ian comes through right behind him. Is this bar? His arm extends outwards into different segmented pieces that has some flex to it. These barbed spikes come out and run him up right through his back, nearly splitting him in half. The ink tendrils inside his body trying to rip apart as they're latching onto each other.
Yikes.
However, actually, one thing I did realize that had not been activated, not been hit by anything.
He got hit by Candor.
He did get hit by Candor, yes. Thank you. It does that. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, that ends your turn. Done. Now Daniel's turn.
What is Daniel gonna do here? This is gonna be an interesting time for Daniel. So, Daniel is... Let me look at Daniel's sheet, because what is his pluses stuff? Okay. Yeah, I think Daniel's gonna try and brave it through the fire here.
Fire and flames, carry on, carry on.
Yeah. Try and get through there.
Alright, I need to roll a toughness first.
Yeah. That's for Daniel, of course.
Plus 4, 21.
21 does not make the save. He is knocked back, falls prone, and takes 3d8 damage, which ends up being 24.
He
is not. His turn is not ended, but he failed to go through a wall using an action.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh wait, I'm fucking stupid. Damn it. Okay. That's just didn't know the cheat. I'll know that for next time.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume that Daniel. How much does portal actions cost?
1 action if he places both at the same time.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that he can place the portal through the wall of fire.
He's probably gonna.
That's what I'm gonna
He
assume.
cannot see through the wall of fire, so he cannot.
Damn it.
He's not Drake, unfortunately.
Yeah.
See, I think we were both just assuming that it wasn't necessarily actual sight. It was whether the
But
portal
over here.
had an advantage to get to.
You could probably put it over here and see.
He could put a portal over here. Oh, whoa.
Chill out,
That's
man.
not the measurement tool.
Alright, yeah, you have to dash. to
Man,
get
that
over
floor
there,
broke
though.
really.
No, he could put a portal to there and step through, and then you'd have a line of sight here.
Yeah.
He could portal himself over there and be over there.
Yeah.
Then where he could be everybody.
It's not really the plan, though. I'll do that for now. And then he would dispel the portal.
Okay.
And God damn, he does not have any ranged abilities.
Nope.
I guess we're just gonna blast him.
Plus 4!
That's a pretty good roll. It's a 38.
Yeah.
It hits. 23
Wow.
damage. 23 damage. Damage is damage. And he kills himself.
Yeah. just
We
we
tell
do all this
Daniel he
damage,
killed Elias Rose
23.
and blaster, and he'd be like, no, what happened? No, really, what happened? No, what happened? Can we like fuck with him and have like someone in the chat make a clip and we're just like, and you knock him out with the energy blaster and you guys all freak out and then we send him the clip? Nah, that'd be too
Yes. No, do it.
Very, very.
No, it'd be funny. It'd be funny. But no. All right. Does he do anything else, or does he have any ability to? I don't think so.
No, he doesn't. That's it for him.
All right. Ashley's turn.
Ashley's terrified. Caroline's terrified. Ashley's confident because she's gonna do something real dope. Right? She's gonna blood dash. All the way. Well, I guess I should also ask this beforehand. Does she need to synchro status before she does anything, or does she get to move and then synchro
She can
status?
move and synchro status.
Okay.
That's fine.
So I can blood dash and then synchro status the rest of my action points?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. She's gonna blood dash, and then she's gonna walk a little bit over here because she can blood dash the entire way. She has a great line of sight of Elias Morose now. Wow. And then so really quickly she blood dash, and then she's going to synchro status. And then that means I have 6 action points to do 3 of the same thing. Yeah.
Imagine having 5 action points.
An advantage.
An advantage, which is why she's gonna do this, and she's
And
gonna
plus 4.
She's gonna do 3 blood shots. Sadie's gonna synchronize 3 blood shots. We're gonna add the vindictive damage onto that, and we're hoping that we'll go from there because I'm gonna use my critical artery if I can. If any of them hit, and I also gain a critical artery if they nat 20. So here's me hoping rolling well, but watch me roll 3 nat 1s in a row.
I mean, you're due.
There's that one.
There's one.
This is
Shit.
Oh my
What the fuck is
god.
this shit?
This
This is making up for all of Asheroth.
It
The
really
fuck?
is.
Guess you gotta come around again. What was the hit on the first one?
27.
27. Not hit.
Okay.
The next one was the crit.
Next was a crit. Ooh, he natural 20'd as well, so it does not hit.
39? 39?
His was a 42.
Crap, okay.
guys.
He natural
listen,
won the
you've
next
nat-
one though.
Cool.
This is his only natural 20. We're gonna let him have this, okay?
I natural 20'd on a save against
That's
Candor.
45.
Okay. He natural 20'd again. on the next
Fuck.
one.
Oh my god. He's
Last-
like, I can't take these hits, bitch.
However, on the
Well,
last
that one was a nat one. Oh no, that wasn't a nat.
No,
That was
yeah.
Which one are we on?
So-
1, 2, 3,
then-
4. I need 5, 6.
One. Wait. I don't think I rolled enough. 1, 2, 3.
You did. Bloodshot, 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 bloodshot.
We're on the last
Okay.
two.
Okay. We did. Okay.
So the next
So
one is
the-
a 34.
34.
Yeah.
34.
Wait. Because he nat 20'd the 18, right?
Let's see.
No.
What's the
No,
fir-
he failed.
Because
the-
he nat 20'd the nat 20, and then he nat 20'd
he
the one
nat
after.
both nat 20s.
No. There's
No,
another one in both the nat 20s here, Costia.
Let's see.
So
The first one you
he
rolled,
saved
23.
the 23.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Then he rolled a nat 20 against my bloodshot for
Yes.
35. Then he rolled another nat 20 for my 18.
No,
then
then
he
he
nat
nat
one.
1. Then he nat 1.
He
so
nat
the,
one.
the 18 actually hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna
The
roll
natural 20. He
really quickly. Let's add that damage.
then the
45 plus 75 vindictive.
then he natural 20'd
Okay.
against your natural 20 again.
Okay.
So then the next one misses
It's a
as well.
34. Okay.
34 misses.
And then
And then the
another
last
nat
one's
20.
another nat 20.
That one hits. That one hits.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 critical arteries. One that uses my reaction, and
And
the
you
other
get
one
another
that is
vindictive.
gained
Okay.
by the thing. And I also get another
For the first attack that hits, which is what is the total damage on the first attack that hit?
45.
45 plus 75.
45 plus 75, which is a total of
Shit, hold on.
45 plus 75. Someone could calculate that up.
120.
And-
120.
Okay, so Ashley, he is going to use mutual misery on you, or attempt to. But you,
But does he-
you feel
but the
the
critical
damage.
artery,
You feel that
is he
before the
stunned?
critical artery come in, you feel the damage seeping back into you. But Sadie all of a sudden flares up in anger and reverses that damage back into him again for another 60.
He's able to reverse the damage back to
But
me.
apparently not against
Well,
you.
not me, because
'Cause
Sadie's like,
Sadie-
fuck you, bitch.
Sadie reverses that damage back on him, so he takes an additional
No.
60 on top of everything.
No!
And he is looking very, very weak.
Hold on,
Does he-
plus
Kirk Order?
46. So her total damage to him was 283.
And then he has to save against 2 different critical arteries.
Yes, before this happens at all, you see a shot from Ashley, Ian, and Candor, and everybody around that can see it, go right through the center of his skull. You see he clutches the ground, falling to his knees, the swan pecking at him. And you see... made a mistake. As you see the room get dark, and his body swells.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Did I stun him?
You've trying to, but not quite at the moment. Give me just a second,
Don't get
please.
started.
I apologize.
I think this man's beyond stuns.
I personally think that he should be stunned before whatever the fuck is about to happen.
Listen,
He's
I
pretty
don't.
much
this
stunned on
man
the
is-
ground.
I
Listen,
want
you're
When you
it.
see
Jesus at this point.
the stun is affected.
scared.
He's practically on death's door. This is probably going to be very much the wrong side, so I'm gonna load it up in GM layer real quick.
He can't be on Death's door because Death is gonna open up and be like, oh, is he bothering you guys? I can help if you really want to.
Hey, Duh.
You guys need help?
You see his body begin to shift
No.
and grow.
Uh-oh.
As
No!
all of the misery in the area seems to
I don't want it!
collect around him.
God, I
And
didn't
his
ask
body
for this.
starts to burn and change in size.
What's that fucking picture you fucking drew, you fucking...
I'm gonna
fuck?
show you what he begins to look like as well as the scale. Give me just a second. I will have
Ian-
this token up as well.
Before this happened, Ian just calls out, "Is it too late to become Christian?"
No, he does not say that. This is what you all see.
Fuck! Is he breaking this building down? Because he's huge now?
You see him
What's happening?
sinking and falling through the floor.
Shit.
So
We have to go fucking...
he is stunned for the moment, but this is how big he is.
Oh no!
Oh, Jesus.
I am.
Good.
I'm gonna just be over here.
He's 5 Ians!
As stage 2
He's 6 Ians!
takes form, that is where we'll
Stage
end.
2?
That is where we'll end for tonight.
Colin, you can't do this to us.
What?
It's 1:30 in the morning.
1:30 in
Colin,
the
you
morning.
can't do this to us.
You're making us wait a whole
I
week.
need
I'm making-
fucking
A whole
sleep.
week? I can't sleep after this.
At least.
I'm
I have a
exhausted.
question. I have a question.
Yes.
Continue.
Is his wall a concentration?
It is not a concentration.
I also have a question.
Yes.
Is this firewall preventing light from coming in?
It's preventing light from passing through, yes.
We're not
Ooh,
fighting
okay.
here anymore. He's on the street now. We
He
have
is
to
not
go
quite in
downstairs.
the street, but he is crumbling through the floor and lands out of sight. If we want to keep going for a little
Okay,
bit,
okay,
I just don't want to...
No,
The thing is,
no, we
I
can
wanted
end
to
it
wait...
here. This is a great spot to
I
end.
wanted to wait for Zune, but he won't be here next week regardless.
This is a great spot to end because it's about to be 1:38.
Yeah, this is a good spot to end regardless.
But did I
So-
stun him?
You did stun him. That's why he fell to the ground. He started to grow
What is
because of it
question?
as he consumed all the misery. Ashley, you are no longer getting infinite sadist and masochist points because he consumed all the misery that was out and about
Dope.
into the world.
So I just have the ones that I have now, and they'll go
You have
down.
your current max, but they will go down as usual.
So,
That being said,
I guess my only other thing, did he evolve? What happened physically to him?
His body.
Not that I want to know it to metagame or anything, but because I have a blood mark on his human self, not on his demonic self. That's
His
just comes with the
human
package
self
here.
is underneath, but it seems like whatever demonic side, you actually got to physically see the ink seep out of his open wounds like a gushing river, flow into the ground, then rise up in burning hatred, pushing
God.
him and Candor back and completely destroying the swan.
Was this because Sadie reshot misery back at him?
It's because you did all of his remaining health in that form.
Oh.
Because of all the fucking natural 20s!
Actually,
Now
only
you
did
know
like.
how it feels to roll really well.
I just wanted to.
See, that's why I want to keep going though, because Ashley's rolling really fucking well.
No,
It's not
you
gonna
gotta reset.
Just a little bit more.
I'm not doing anything, guys. You can hover over my rolls. They are the Adam rolls. They are roll 20. I'm not cheating.
All right,
I promise.
This is what because I know some people might want to continue. We can stop here as this is a stopping point, or we could go on for 30 more minutes and have not the best stopping point.
Hell
No.
nah,
We're gonna stop here.
I'm sorry, Stein, you're a little overruled.
I really want to keep going,
Let me-
but
I just-
Yeah, same.
Okay,
But-
three people want to keep going. I know 3 people said no.
I just
Caboodle
wanted-
hasn't said
Here says
anything
no.
yet.
I
Here
said
says
no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's 4. I'm sorry, guys. The majority rules. We'll get back.
We
into
love
it.
you.
You guys will have time to think about what's going on.
But it's either we're killing him
Yes, Steiner.
tonight or we're killing him next week. There's no 30 minutes and then we're gonna have to stop.
Steiner.
I'm
Steiner.
going to be most likely dead next week. Like in terms of like, I just want to do like, just to end at the top of the turn order.
Top of the turn order. Do Pandor, Solomon, yourself. He wants to have his final turn before we keep going.
I'm
I'll allow
sorry
him
if this
that.
is a little selfish. It's
no,
just
that's fair.
But we gotta move down. We have to.
He hasn't gone sunk completely yet, has he?
He is not. He is sinking through the floor. Mop wanted to do something. I would allow him the opportunity too, as well as Candor and Solomon.
Candor needs to do something. Anyways, because it's his turn. So what's Candor doing?
Candor kind of backs up away from him as the form just dies, wanting to get the ink on him. And he lashes out a couple times, landing one of the 2 hits as the other one just kind of sinks and hits nothing as a splash of burning ink has to pull his hand back as he seemingly also takes damage.
Ouch.
But landing a hit nonetheless. Solemn, unsure, trying to get an angle as well, but also trying to get an opportunity to stealth, will dart around the corner and burn into it. And you hear a scream and a hiss as a bolt of necrotic energy lands, pulling it to Mop's turn.
I'm really sorry.
No, you're alright. You're alright. That's fair. You want to have your turn.
So, I want to, this is a lot of effort. I don't know that he's there. I don't know that he's turning. I can hear him though. No.
One thing that you can all hear: the building shakes.
Okay.
The roof cracks.
Oh no.
That's happening.
The breeze falls from the ground in the earth shattering, echoing.
So I don't exactly want to run through the wall of fire. So I want to ice pillar up through the roof.
Okay.
And then have like a platform that's like stretches out so I can push myself back down.
Okay.
At him, like my guest area, which is over that area, so I can absorb the black ink, but not using my absorb like reaction thing because it's more of just like I would rely more on my stat rolls.
Gotcha. You can roll me a strength as you go up on top of the building, run across, and force yourself back down. Rolling a 17, it starts to absorb into it very loosely, coming into it. However,
+4.
It seems it's +6 actually because of the heroic.
Oh, that's
action.
right. Yeah.
But however, it seems pretty much endless.
Endless, eh?
Endless inky misery.
Man, I was really hoping that would do his thing.
It did some. Might have done.
I'm
some
glad
damage.
I'm really glad I got to go though, because I was like, if I were to like leave that off like that, because I had like that plan.
I like it because then we start next session with Arya at the top of the round again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 2 different battles that it's been like, well, Arya.
I have to wait before my turn.
Well done, guys. It was made a very quick work of the first phase.
Just because of a lot of nat 20s. If we didn't have any of those nat 20s, it would have been a lot longer and a lot harder.
What was that, like 12 natural 20s between the 2 of you?
Each of us had 2, and then I had 2 again on my second go around here.
No, you had 3 or 4, like your first go around, Ashley.
My first round I did 2 for sure. I did two nat 20s. Second round I did another nat 20, and then this third round here I did another 2.
Only because the 2 of the nat 20s didn't hit.
I will say something funny. I was rolling an ability just to test out to see what the damage was to myself, and I rolled a nat 20.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for playing. Thank everybody else for watching, and we'll see you
Thank you guys for watching.
next time for episode 21. If they can defeat, consume.
Next time is when we're gonna start rolling triple nat ones in each of our battles. So all of you guys should come and watch, because
Either
that's
way,
when our luck runs out.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Episode 21.
Do-do-do-do. There you go. There you go.